Hey, RPM Trade Vietnam with another live stream. I ain't did a live stream in a while. It's like it ain't too late, but I am tired. But I want to do this live stream real quick uh for a lot of reasons really. But what I know will always be an eternal struggle is getting people to try to understand who it is that I am and what it is that I'm actually doing. What up, a pig's daughter? Um it's uh it's tricky because what I want people to understand is when finally caught alive, huh? That's what's up. Thanks for being here. What up, Greenbox Media? Rick James is in here. What up, Rick James? Uh, See, a lot of y'all is my usual suspects, so y'all already understand. Y'all can already understand like how a guy like me could be taken the wrong way or be taken to be um too too all over the place to be understood at a glance so very easily. I think everybody that ever lay eyes on me, they in some level of misunderstanding me. Everybody is, because the people that rock with me off top as soon as they see the political shit, they don't realize that who I am in my totality as far as the gun rights activism includes a whole lot of other shit that they might not really rock with, and I don't give a fuck because I don't have to care. It's hard for me to. I'm not gonna not be who I am in order to feel like I have to take on an image or a certain kind of protocol or how I approach things the way other people have in the past in order for me to be respected for what it is that I'm doing. I'm a gun rights activist being whoever the fuck it is that I am, right? So that means if I like gangster rap music, even if I like some of this new shit, so with some of this shit these kids got out right now, I rock with some of that. And this is what a lot of people don't understand is because it's kind of like if okay, imagine this. Imagine we're all on a beach or something, right? And we hanging out, kicking it, enjoying some beautiful beach weather, and we see a storm coming on the horizon, right? If the storm is bad and there's been some weather alerts and we know the storm is going to be bad, no matter how bad the storm is going to be, if we're all okay and we have enough time to escape the storm, or we're not victimized by the storm, you can stop for a second, embrace the beauty in what it is that you're seeing with this storm approaching the shoreline on a beautiful day on an awesome beach, but here comes the storm. You dig what I'm saying? I can just appreciate that shit, right? I'm the kind of person that would just appreciate the sight of that, regardless of the danger involved, right? That's the way you have to kind of take me because who I was when I was in my 20s, I'm still a bit of that, right? um, there's still that fire inside of me that says I'm a man. I'm learning how to be a man, and I'm always a student of life. So I'm still feel like I'm learning how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that fiery energy, the creative energy, the looking forward to the growth and development, the looking forward to um, whatever life has to offer. Like I didn't lose that just because I'm 44. I still feel all of that. I still feel and respect all of that. The thirst for it all. You know what I'm saying? That you might find in a younger person. I think if you let go of that, not only will you detach yourself from technology and all the generations below you, I think you lose a bit of your drive that you had in life that your wisdom is calling you to do, and that is to be a forever student of life in general, right? And that's who the fuck it is that I am. So when I can still relate to and make relevant all of the social things that I find going on, once I became a gun owner, the world opened up to me because I had to be right about the laws and shit, right? I had to get right. Once I had to get right about the laws after I bought a gun, I realized that the contradiction and what the Constitution is supposed to be, and then all of these different interpretations between these different states. There's something they can give me um, praises for or saluted for with the open carry demonstration and all that type of shit. Something that extreme that seems extreme, but is backed up by constitutional rights that are already on the books that allowed us to be legal for me to even do this in the first place. The fact that freedom and the Constitution and these contradicting laws all over the place still hard still offered an opportunity like this for something to be so taboo, so unseen, but so legal and lawful as openly carrying an AR-15 at a time like this in history. I was like, I'm going there then. I'm going to go all the way there because I want to show the world something, right? That something is going on here while we praise and pander to and go along to get along with all of the government shit that we all complain about all the time. While we're doing that, they are making life or death consequences unfold for people in unconstitutional ways, in ways that go against all of the freedom that you thought we was marching for with the civil rights movement, because it's all about us too, right? All of the rights and all that shit was about us too, right? Then that means us with all the gun shit, like the Black Panther said. I am echoing what it is that they are doing, and people don't get that. Now, do you think the Black Panthers gave a fuck about how black and nappy you thought their hair was when they was doing what it was that they was doing? They was very proud to be whoever the fuck it was that they were, because that in and of itself could not negate the fact that they had a right to own them fucking guns too. And who the fuck I am, whether it's the music that I like and listen to that I can relate to, the way I dress, I make merch. I've been wanting to make clothes and make merch since I was in my 20s, since I was 22, 24, 25 years old. When my son was a little dude, I've been wanting to do this. Understanding fashion was hot and was not, then blending that shit in with my political shit that I got going on, because the merch is political as fuck. It really is, even when it don't appear to be. I got a hoodie in my merch store right now that say "Hood of the Living Dead" on it, and the back of it say "Dead as fuck." Can you understand like how in your face a sweatshirt like that is, or a t-shirt that says "Hood of the Living Dead" on it, dead as fuck on the back? This is my style, bro. It's not an act. It's not me not growing up. It's me staying true to who the fuck it was that I was 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, because it's all me and it's all developing into something that I feel destiny is fucking calling me to. I'm supposed to be this gun right activist that's 44 years old that seems to have very little to no generational gap between me and the generation under me, that I can relate to them and they can relate to me. So now I can say something to them that another 44-year-old guy cannot say to them because they won't listen to him. He way off beat. What I'm supposed to do, huh? What am I supposed to do? What is acting my age? What is it? What is acting my age? Standing up to responsibilities. I'm an awesome father, right? I could be better. Ain't nobody perfect, but I'm a good father, man. What I do for my kids, where my heart is, and how I see things in life, and the things that I say to them, you can't even put a price tag on it. The positive things that I take out my time when dealing with my kids, to intentionally know what it is that I need to say to them to inspire them on a day-to-day basis, man. It all happens, the discipline and all the inspiration and everything. There's nothing about what anybody could say a grown man is that I don't do. Not liking the way I dress, the way I talk with a bullet fucking bracelet, or the way I act with my guns, don't none of that shit ever matter to me at all. Because what I am doing is being who I am, which cannot negate none of the truth that I'm saying. My gun ownership, how serious and grown up it is, I am being when I address government business that a lot of people got an issue with, that they ain't smart enough to dig into to know what it is that they talking about, and they ain't brave enough to stand up and say, I think I see something, and fuck you, Mr. Officer, Mr. Governor, Mr. President. That's how grown I am. Then I go way the fuck out there where the average grown man won't even take his mind, more or less his body, with a bulletproof vest on, AR-15 and a Glock on me, out on the street saying, fuck the government, I think they crazy. I am fucking huggable and I'm going to prove it to you. I don't got to like nothing that they say. I do got political choices. I can say fuck every one of the people that you put in front of me. I don't trust none of them. That's my answer. That's where I'm going. That's who I am, bro. And I'm gonna do that however the fuck I want to. I'm always going to just be me. I have never lost a beat. I never missed a beat from who the fuck it was when I was 10 years old to when I was 15, 20, 25 years old. It all blends together so well to me. And I bring it all with me, all of that positive energy that I can possibly bring. Who the fuck it was when I was 20 years old has something to do with who I am right now. It's got something to do with it. And I'm very much in tune with that shit, whatever the fuck it is. And when I see the rap music that they've been making lately, I've been making a lot of shorts. This is where a lot of this shit is stemming from. When I make my shorts, this is what people don't understand. I'm a fucking artist. I am a fucking wizard with this shit. And all if you paid enough attention to who it is that I am and what it is that I'm saying in the artistry and something as simple as a YouTube short, you will realize that I'm a goddamn creative genius. I really am. I got these couple of shorts on my YouTube channel that I just made in the past like 24 to 48 hours. And they feature rap music that some of these young kids are making right now that's ultra violent. It's not like I didn't grow up on some ultra violent shit, so I can relate to it if I can see the artistry in music at all, right? Then I am going to see the artistry regardless of whether or not I agree with the content or not. If I feel like somebody is putting words together onto a beat, creating a vibe and conveying a message, that's all it takes for me to recognize that music is a powerful fucking thing, bro. It just is what it is. You don't gotta like it to respect it, right? It just is what it is. So I take these song samples and I show how what these young guys are saying in this music that sounds ultra violent and aggressive actually suits the energy that it takes to be serious enough about checking government corruption and then being willing to be educated, address them directly, and then be very serious about everything that you pretend to care about because it could, in extreme cases, cost you your fucking life. Do you mean it that much? If you don't mean it that much, shut the fuck up. If you don't mean it that much, step the fuck out of the way. I think that if you vote for a president and then that motherfucker win and wants to go to war, your vote is a ticket to go fight wherever he says he wants to go fight at because you voted for him. And if you got to vote with your life, now you're going to be serious about what the fuck you say. And if you don't mean that shit, get the fuck out of the way so the people that mean it can stand out here and fucking talk with some clear, with a clear conscience, right? Without having to babysit motherfuckers or talk over y'all crazy baby asses when you're not even built for that kind of fucking fight like that because niggas don't even be on my level. You understand what I'm saying, right? This is what I be trying to call people to pay attention to. I'm way too serious to be told that I am fucking childish because of my vibe. It is enough to capture um, uh, 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 some respect or some attention from young kids, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Somebody told me about 5, 6 years ago that I should get into politics. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. They said, no, listen to the reason of why I say that I'm not gonna beg a grown ass man, but I'm urging you, dude, to do this with your life. This dude was really trying to convince me to be to go into politics. Now this guy is an ex-sheriff involved in some politics in Dubuque that I kind of crossed paths with during my activism. Because no matter what it is that you think you see when you see me jumping around with a gun on a YouTube short, right? Regardless of what you think you see in that, I'm still the same person that get all this political attention. Cops in the area salute a nigga with an AR-15 on the corner in Iowa. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Right? The guy says, you're in Iowa, chill out. First of all, niggas die everywhere and people begin smoking in Iowa. Check the Cedar Rapids, Iowa news in the past year, 2 years, 3 years. You're going to find some shocking stuff. Stop talking like you the grown up and I'm the childish one when you can't stop to think for a second that, man, violence be everywhere, all different kinds of violence. Right? Kids are potentially in danger any fucking way. And I got kids. I don't got to play about nothing. I don't give a fuck where you think you at or where you think I'm at. None of that fucking matters. Are you crazy? Tell the cops in Iowa chill out. They not gonna chill. They got an MRAP and all type of shit in my county. A military fucking armed fucking SWAT vehicle. Bro, they not playing. Why are they that serious? Why are they that serious? I should probably get a little serious if they that serious. Bro, you not the grown up, bro. You sound crazy to me, actually. You sound crazy to me to be talking to me like you tweaking, you bugging, bro. You just don't know who you're talking to. That's all that is, bro. That's all it is. Because if you knew who I was and what was going on, you'd be like, bro, I think that's your lane, bro. I think whatever you got going on, yeah, man, do it, bro. Go ahead, bro. Somebody should do that, right? You feel like that at the very least. If you can't rock with me, at the very least, just admit that upon further fucking investigation, you will find me to be fucking 1 in 100 million, and that somebody should say what it is that I'm fucking saying about a lot of shit. Take a look first, and then cast these stones, bro. If you can still cast the stones after you look around the channel, or either engage me directly in this live stream or any fucking video, bro. Until you do that, then you say, "Oh, Trey, I see what you're about. You're about this." Now that I know, fuck that shit. Then do that after you see what I'm about. But that's part of the flair of what it is that I have going on, who I am. Is that I knew that I would shock people that if I am who I am and I just be who I am and say all this political shit that they would never even imagine that a guy like me, coming from where I came from, would even know about, care about, and be this passionate about these kind of things. You would don't nobody see this shit coming. Nobody thinks that it will come from this. Nobody think that some 44-year-old guy that likes Chicago drill rap is going to be so politically inclined that that people way outside your fucking stratosphere that catch a glimpse of me go, who is this little nigga right here? This guy, this single guy right here, saying this powerful shit. You'd be surprised who I've got attention from that goes, man, I listen to you enough to know that you're an amazing dude for doing what it is you're doing. That's kind of genius that you came up with that this will work like that. And look at it working, dude. It's flawless. And I don't know how it could ever fail, because if it fails, it's just going to prove that the system is absolutely crazy. And if it fucking costs you your life, you would die a fucking martyr. But I'm telling you, you prove such a point in your own fucking death that this is crazy. And this is shit that people say to me. People get it. When they really look, they go, oh, dude, this is amazing. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm looking at what the fuck is going on, and I cannot think of another gun rights activist that's doing what it is that I'm doing. Not even the Black Panthers, bro. Not even them. I'm not saying that what they did ain't important. I'm not knocking anything. What I'm telling you is my shit is different, and in the ways that it is different is necessary right now to be different like that and to be what it is right now is necessary as fuck, bro. And it has the potential to go, whoa, this is crazy, because it spans racial boundaries. I don't put a me being black. I never call myself a black gun rights activist, because me being black doesn't fucking validate a goddamn thing that I have to say about it, because it's true no matter who say it. It's absolutely true no matter who says this shit or for whatever reason. That's where the truth is supposed to be. If you have to lead with your race or your fucking gender in order to validate something that you think is universally true, you're going to look crazy and unbelievable to the people who really want the real truth. Because none of that is actually required at all. You don't got to look like nothing to be nothing. That's the essence of me being who it is that I am, coming with this knowledge and understanding of where the real truth is about so much shit that go over the average guy's head. Dude, I can't even have a regular conversation with people, bro. I don't follow sports or none of that shit. I don't follow sports or none of that. Like I don't get time or energy for that type of shit. I don't want to be a fanboy of a bunch of athletes, a bunch of rich athletes. Look, bro, I'm not wearing some dude's name on my back, bro. I'm not doing that. His last name is for his bitch. That ain't got nothing to do with me. To rock his last name for nothing, bro. I think that's a little extreme about something like a sport. Talk about childish. I think there's something childish about the sports thing. You can only jazz it up when you start gambling. And when you start talking about the gambling, then I say there's something there to respect in that, whether I watch the sports or do the gambling, because I realize that there's some power and some energy behind that sports gambling. And then I had to say, okay, well then have at it about that. That's gonna be what that's gonna be. But the fanhood, I can't get down. What up, Engineer X? The fanhood, I can't get down with the sports and shit like that. I just can't rock with it, bro. That's way more childish than me being who it is that I am. When I hear that drill music and shit, I know that if those kids cared more about political corruption than they did that street shit, that black power shit that your ass probably pretends to respect and understand. You pretend to respect it, you pretend to understand it, and you would not even like it if you've seen it today. Because if you've seen it today, it'd be a nigga like me telling those same kids to keep that energy to themselves. Stay out of legal trouble so that you can get your hands on a legal gun that the government can't really tell you not to have. And once you get that motherfucker, maintain that motherfucker. Never give him a reason to tell you that now you can't have that. Because if they can do that to you, like the system is proven to be doing with this backdoor gun control by villainizing everything that niggas like. They did the reefer madness shit. They did all this other kind. Gun control came from trying to control newly freed slaves from coming back to them plantations to get that get back. Listen, bro, you don't know who you talking to. I am so deep in this shit that I know what the fuck needs to be done. I know what needs to be done, bro. I know what needs to be done, and I'm doing it. We need somebody who is so abrasive that you think, wow, how could he really be saying all this tough shit? Then I go, you gotta tell me if I'm lying or not, bro. I'm just making observations, and if I'm lying, say I'm lying. This is how government works. This is what it is that we're fucking dealing with. And this is how much of a problem that I think it is, and this is the energy that you need to have with it. And I think all of the energy that they tried to harbor to bring it to their military forces, I see that same kind of energy being misguided in these street kids. I can see it, and it's a damn shame because it seems to be very natural that young boys between the ages of what 14, 15 years old and 23, 24 years old, we know that they reckless. There's a special kind of recklessness that I'm gonna live forever type of energy that they get right there, right? There's a good chance that if they don't have kids, because kids can be a little bit of something to bump up against to check that masculinity. But man, can you imagine how wild a 20-year-old kid with no kids can be, um, in his wildest sense of freedom and hormones taking over, the testosterone to make him want to fight or fuck something. Um, you know how that energy is, bro. Militaries go after these kind of kids because there's something special about the developing mind and the developing body of a young kid around that age 18, 19, 20 years old. This is why they recruit them. This is why these are the kids that get killed in the gang shit. There's a correlation here. There's a bottom line to the similarities between these two things, and I can see it also. And I think that it will be much better that if they had a highly educated perspective on government corruption, right, and less of the energy to be killing each other, there will be no other place for that shit to go but towards revolutionary action. Only if a revolution is justified. But there should be no other place for it to even really go. Only for the justice. Only for the things that make real sense. The big things, the big acts of heroism that the world is crying out for. And you can kind of see it. They call this the greatest fucking country on earth. And look at us though. Look at all of the conspiracy theories that you might have heard of. Boy, if 10% of that shit is true, we have a fucking problem. And they only take 10% of conspiracy theories that you hear. I don't know how this particular guy that was talking shit on one of my shorts, I don't know how you feel about conspiracy theories, but I'm telling you, you ain't got to take some of the crazy ones that might be kind of out there, kind of hard to pinpoint, ones that might seem to be developing in front of you, and then they're going like a fucking fart in the fucking wind. You don't even remember the fucking story anymore because you're on to the next shit. Those kind of things are kind of hard to get, but I think that in and of itself is just a mind control thing. If you don't know how the TV, what was created as a CIA fucking mind control operation, what the hell makes you think that they would not develop those things and then use that to put right inside the home what it is that they want you to think and feel so they can better control you? That's not even like a stretch, but you can go from that to the development of the Federal Reserve and the American petrol fucking dollar. Man, dude, there's a lot of things that are undeniable constructs of control, systems that are far above your understanding or influence. Look to those things and ask yourself, are any of those things built on crimes? um, Are they all being implemented by people that you can name, that you can put a face to the name and all of that? No, these people kind of hard to pinpoint. You ain't know who Ben Bernanke is, do you? You might know who he is, but a 17-year-old kid don't know who Ben Bernanke is, not by name, not by his face. There's a good chance that he doesn't. Has no idea how much control Ben Bernanke might have over his life if he's 17, finna enlist in the army at 18 to get that signing bonus because he want that Hellcat. Listen, bro, the gang shit, the military shit, I see a very little fucking difference in them at all. They need to feed on, and they love the fact that they look appealing to the broke kid who needs somebody to pay for fucking college, and he want a signing bonus, and he want to be honored for being violent to strangers by the words of a fucking stranger, even if he voted for the other stranger, but the other stranger lost the election, and now the guy that he voted against won the election and says, "Hey kid, go fight over there," and then he just goes, and nobody knows that that's what just happened. But I'm that deep in what the fuck it is that I'm talking about, and I take all that shit personally because they fucking with my soul's journey with all this bullshit, and it's that deep, bro. Motherfuckers don't be thinking deeply at all. And I think that people think deeply enough, then they would look at a motherfucker like me that might be kind of complex in what you think you see or what you expected or what the fuck is even going on with me, right? Might be complex. It might be kind of hard for you to figure it out. But if you was a complex person, you was deep inside your own fucking mind yourself to understand yourself, you will cut other people some slack. And when you see a motherfucker do some shit that you can't understand, if I was me, I would look at a nigga like me and be like, what would make you do that and act like that? And what is you saying, bro? Because this has to come from something. Huh, what is it? What is all of that? You ain't asked what all that. Oh, hey, childish. Childish. You got teenage energy. Grow up. Teenage energy, boy. Motherfucker told me get into politics, bro. Because the generational gap, motherfuckers would listen to me. They will listen to me. Because I be old enough to fucking lead these young motherfuckers, but I be feel young enough to them that they'll think that they not talking to some old nigga trying to tell them what to do. They feel like they was talking to big bro trying to help them. This is what they told me when they told me to get into politics, bro. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be one of them, bro. I do it my own way, like this. They're not gonna let me into politics being who I'm being, and I have to be who I am, bro. I'm not gonna stop talking the way I talk and none of that shit. The fuck I look like holding a political office, but I like this. I don't care what you think about it. I like the shit. I like it. Period. You don't have to like it. You don't got to understand and respect it. Because what I look like ain't meant for you to like, maybe, and that's okay. But what it is that I say is some shit that needs to be fucking said. You have to be grateful that somebody fucking saying that shit. You can't care about what the fuck it is that I look like or what my style is. You don't gotta like it, bro. I want you to fucking and what I'm trying to prove is whether you like it or not, whatever it is that I say that's true, we're gonna measure how fucking true it is. Time gonna show you. Time gonna show you. Because the fact of the matter is, legally owning a gun where they can't stop you is a fucking checkmate. Because then you get the gun in your hand, right? But how you a gun owner, you ain't taking it seriously enough. What that means, legal responsibilities and obligations and expectations and shit. When you do that, you'll realize that you are dealing with a system that seems to be the only thing threatening you for doing what it is that you might have naturally been drawn to do. Protect yourself because that ain't nobody else fucking fight. That's your fucking fight. And if the cops need a pistol, shotgun, rifle, bulletproof vest, a fucking dog, uh, homies on fucking speed dial, a fucking SWAT team, and an MRAP, bro. If y'all need all of that shit, I should at least be walking around with a pistol on me probably every day. I'm just gonna do that. I'm just going to do that. You don't have to. I think you crazy if you don't. And you got a fucking bigger heart than me. You should definitely have the motherfucking gun. Cause then I know ain't that gun ain't gonna hurt nobody but a bad guy. And then you should probably be there. Be smart enough and strong enough to stand up for the shit that you say you love to actually just have a gun with your loving ass. It's a cycle, bro. It's a cycle of thought that I don't understand how people can even dip their toe in even for a second and then think you can get out of it. Once I said your ass is stuck. You a sweeter person than me? Get a fucking gun with your sweet ass then. That'll be the best gun around. Cause you sweet as fuck, but you got the gun. Only for the bad guys. Those are the best people to have the guns, bro. The people who don't want no smoke. And I teach kids, bro. I tell kids all the time. You have no idea how many times I'm on the streets and teenage kids, 12, 13, 14 years old sometimes. Even little kids with their parents will walk up to me, dude, bro, black dude in Iowa. You can do all the stereotyping all you want to. A white dude, former ex-marine, he said he was, walked up to me with his little daughter who might have been I don't know, she might have been 4 or 5. He had a son that might have been just a couple years older than her. And his wife was super pregnant, big belly, super pregnant, bro. She was due like just a few weeks after that. And he walked right up to me while I was on the corner with my shit, all my AR-15, bulletproof vest, and all that. Walks up to me, salutes me and everything. He asked me, was I ever in the military? I said, no. He said, that don't even matter. You don't have to be. I did what it is that you got going on. His wife came up, shook my hand. All the kids came up and shook my hand. He shook my hand, gave me a hug and shit. I can tell by this dude, his family, the way they was dressing, everything. They don't deal with no nigga shit. I'm pretty sure if they examine the quote unquote culture, they would say if the culture has to be like that, they would rather just don't do the culture shit around me. Can we get on another level that I can vibe with? Because it either seems intimidating or exclusive to them, and I can tell. Brought his pregnant wife right up to the nigga with an AR-15 on the fucking corner though. This is a country ass Iowa white boy. Brought his family to me. The trust, the understanding, the support, it crossed boundaries that on the surface, with a superficial ass interaction, you might have got that guy to react with his fucking nose in the air towards another fucking towards a black guy in public for something, and the black guy would go, "Racist, you just don't like me because I'm black. You making a big attitude, whatever." And then the black guy will have the same kind of that had that vibe towards him, and the whole time he can be either thinking that possibly still, right? Or thinking, no, it was what it is that you did really. But for real, what some white people don't be fucking with that nigga shit. That's what it be, that nigga shit, bro. That's what a lot of it be. But I told him that energy's not here. This is political. Then he goes, if you political like that, you're probably not so nigga-ish that I can't feel like I belong or that we relate. He didn't feel excluded from what it was that I was doing. It was all political, and I said nothing about me being black, not on my sign, no nothing. I don't need to do that. What I'm saying is true whether I'm black or not. I'm never going to lead with I'm a black gun rights activist. I'm not even a 2A advocate. I'm not I don't even support the second amendment like that. I'm not what you think or what you want the revolution to look like, but this is what the revolution is supposed to look like, bro. It's supposed to be the fucking magnified by somebody who says the system ain't satisfying from no angle. That's why the revolt seems to be okay. If you want to revolt because your guy didn't win, that's a political overthrowing of your fucking government for fucking more government gain. For another arm of the government to fucking lead to no, I want no arms of no fucking government to lead, bro. I want a fucking a revamp of what we got going on so much so that it's not even recognizable anymore as what we call government, bro. It needs to be fucking voluntary, and it needs to be the fewest people to fucking run it as possible. Our relationships with them need to be voluntary, and any kind of corruption or getting over on people, especially if it gets people killed from a government position that you're in, boy, your punishment should be swift, harsh as fuck, and publicized. That's what I think. Do that sound like a guy that's fucking lost in his fucking trying to hang on to his fucking 20s and I'm jumping around to fucking rap music because I look like a fucking I got teenage energy and I need to grow up? No, bro. I'm not who the fuck you think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who I am though, bro. And I got a right to like whatever the fuck I want because it doesn't negate what it is that I'm saying and if it's true or not. It just doesn't. And I love it that it does that because I'm constantly going to prove my point to knock down all the walls to tell people to stop judging me or anybody by these things. Owning that AR-15 don't make me a bad person, period. I'm huggable. Been doing it for 6 years, been proving it. It's too late. Somebody jumping in new said that I look dangerous or there's no way that the public's going to accept me for this. And what the fuck do I got going on? I'm just scaring people. It's way too late when you say that I've been doing it for 6 years. So all the things that you say that you fear or that you think people are going to see in me, it's too late. I've been proving that if you feel like that, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You late and wrong. Late and wrong. Like it's too late, bro. It's been proven. Now you got to come in and like you got to address me on what has happened in the past fucking 6 years with the open carry demo and then object. That's what you have to do. You have to tell me that the money isn't based on a motherfucking crime and that the money is legit and that there's nothing wrong. I think there's something wrong with motherfuckers that created the game are the ones that are winning the game. That just look weird to me. And that don't sound childish at all. That's some grown man observation. And I think that what that means is a great detriment to humanity. And I'm taking it that serious that I don't give a fuck if it's just little old me in the middle of Iowa. Who the fuck am I? I'm not gonna change the world. Blah blah blah. Fuck that. I never look at the odds about me changing the world or not to determine whether I'm going to think or feel or act like this because I already think like this. Not saying it would be a crime against myself. Now I'm just gonna say it, and I don't give a fuck about the consequences or the outcome. I don't care if I'm successful in changing the world. I don't give a fuck. What I'm going to do is to act as if what I'm doing is going to change the world. And if it doesn't, oh well. But I'm gonna act like it might. Because that's the only way that it actually happens when you act like what you're going to do might change something. As of that, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like you tweaking, bro. Like when your mind is so far above and beyond what average people think, it's crazy how hard it is to get understood. Right? And then some people say, "Oh, you don't got to prove yourself to nobody." Man, look, I got on here to talk my shit, and I'm that kind of person anyway. If you argue with me, if anybody ever in real fucking life argue with me, you know how I am. Uh, I want all things laid out. I'm going to ask you multiple questions from multiple angles about what it is that I think it is that you're saying. So when I diss that shit, I can be like, you know, I understand you. We just walked through step by step by step. I repeated back. I checked. I double checked, confirmed. This is what you're saying. This is what we have. This is what we're going on. Do we agree to all this? And you said this and this and that. Got you. And then I go in. I have to do that like that because I don't want to revisit or have to constantly iron out something that should have been well understood in the first place. Especially if we examine everything, we got to get to some motherfucking understanding. I don't like being misunderstood, right? I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I think it's very important to communicate with some fucking understanding. The best people that y'all pretend to love, honor, and respect are the people that they give you big ideas in the clearest form possible with a little bit of passion, maybe even a little bit of poetry. If you can do this when you speak to people about something that you're passionate about, that they should be passionate about, that they might actually pretend to be passionate about, that they need to be passionate about. When you do that, the shit resonates, especially if it's true. The problem is it resonates even if it's a motherfucking lie. And that's what's crazy. That's what's going on. Some of the things that I was trying to highlight in the YouTube short that I did that I was talking about here, where I got the popular rap music playing in the background. Some of the shit that these guys are saying almost literally sound like something I could be saying to or about government. With the same energy too, because I'm not like it's hard for me to tell people that I can see them pretending to honor and respect certain things to a certain degree, but they really don't honor and respect those things to that degree because then when I show them what that degree looks like and sounds like, then they act like I've gone too far. And I go, no, you don't go far enough. You are pretending to be this much of a patriot, but you're really this much of a patriot because you don't really mean all that other stuff. And I'm going to show you the difference between me and you. A real patriot is going to say, nobody fucks with the rights in the Constitution. No one. And we wouldn't let China say that shit. We're not going to let DC say that shit. Period. That's a patriot. Y'all, some people actually think that that sounds extreme, and I think that's crazy as fuck. Because at the same time, y'all pretend to honor and respect the freedom that you say that we have here. If you do, you have to know that it makes perfect sense. It don't even sound threatening. It should just be common knowledge and understanding, especially by motherfuckers that took any kind of oath of office at all whatsoever. That if anybody fucks with the freedom, even DC, they got to get their ass the fuck up out of here. Period. The fuck is wrong with saying that? That's how grown I am. I would have never said this when I was 20 years old. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. I didn't notice that this was happening. Now I got a 21-year-old son and he notices. Smart kid, giving him the juice. He got all the fucking wisdom that it took me 44 years to get. He's getting it all right now, watching me go through this and him understanding and developing his own opinions about politics and how this shit go. He a gun owner now. He got a he got a couple things. He got a couple legal things. He's 21 years old. He got a couple legal things, right? Um, he needs to understand all that type of shit. He needs to understand what's going on. The other guy says, "You're in Iowa, chill out." Boy, I be all over the country. Chill out. What the fuck are you? But this is stuff that people say because they just throw it out there because they like to insult and talk shit, and don't nobody want to be proven wrong by some nigga on the internet. So everybody got the ego thing going, and he'll just throw that out there like, "Oh, you in Iowa? Chill out," without knowing that I've been to Austin, Texas, Capitol grounds with the open carry demonstration. Had the little open carry crash by a quinceanera down there. About 30 fucking Mexican kids. One girl had her little elaborate dress that was a little prettier than all of the rest of the girls. You can tell she was the one turning 15 or whatever. That's what the quinceanera is, a 15-year-old female birthday party. Uh, uh, all the guys are all handsome Mexican kids. They all dressed up and stuff, and they come up giving us hugs. Almost knocked me over. All of them trying to hug me. Shit, the quinceanera party just came right past us. Loved the sight of us. Everybody was cool, chilling, taking pictures and all type of shit. It's a beautiful thing in the political arena for gun rights at a time like this for me to do that. I'm not taking no shit from a bum ass dude that come across my page and say that I'm just acting like "Rah, and I'm teaching to you. Nah, you don't know what the fuck I'm teaching to you. That's what you thought on site when you saw me. You have no idea what the fuck it is that I do and say. Everything needs to be done. What it is that I'm doing needs to be done exactly like that. I am the man for this job, bro. Because it needs to be this extreme. I need to have the AR-15 and the bulletproof vest and all that shit out on the street with the sign, bro. It's a point that you got to prove by doing it. You can't just say it. The state of Iowa moved from uh you need a permit to carry, and the sheriff gets his discretion on whether you get the license or not, regardless of what your background is. He gets to determine. They got that the fuck up out of here some years ago. And then fairly recently, 3 4 years or so ago, Iowa went constitutional carry, where you don't have to get uh a permit to carry if you're a resident of Iowa and you're in Iowa. You don't need no damn permit. The permit is good for interstate travel because travel is I do sometimes. Um, and the permit helps you get vetted if you get stopped for your firearm when you're in another state. It makes the background check and the process way clear for them to clear you, or way faster for them to just clear you and let you go and be on your way because they know you legit. You get the permit and make it faster for the interstate check. Um, Make it way smoother for you and get you back on your way. You can just get the fuck up out of there if you ain't did nothing wrong. They gotta let you go, right? Expeditiously. So, um, but out of all of that illegal shit that they had to get in place here in Iowa, if you respect the process of lawmaking, especially on a state and local level like that, you'd have to say that the people of Iowa seem to have meant it to take it this far. That Iowa has grown in its gun law and interpretation of the Constitution towards a better vantage point for the fucking freedom, right? Constitutional carry. You don't need a permit to carry. If you pass the background check to buy the goddamn gun when you bought it, if you pass that background check, why do the exact same background check again about a fucking permit? Like that's stupid. You don't need to ask twice. And if you don't got a permit and you didn't actually pass the background check to carry a gun, but you actually happen to be carrying one, if you would have passed the background check, you're okay to carry that shit. That's how you get to the freedom, bro. And it wasn't always like that. So that means that Iowa, in all the seriousness and passing the state laws, as a state has pushed it this far. They seem to fucking care. They seem like they care and that they wanted it in this way. This is what it looks like. So when they wanted it in this way and this is what it fucking looks like, I get out there with the AR-15 and say, this is what you voted for. This is what's legal. This is what makes sense. And you need to see it. Because if I tell you, you're not going to understand it or respect it the way you would if you saw it. That you should already know. And then what's crazy is that people with these big ass political opinions don't realize sometimes that it's legal until they see me, and then I say shame on you with this big ass political opinion about gun control and gun laws and shit. And when you saw me, you didn't know that this was legal where you was, that you out the loop, bro. I'm not gonna respect your opinion on gun rights now. See, when I get out in public, I do a lot of examination and a lot of temperature uh taken out here, right? oral temperature or the forehead. We don't, then I mean, you can get the accurate temperature like that. You don't need to go south for the temperature. Um, but I'm checking the social temperature out here, man. Uh, and it's a good thing to do. Cause then the news can't fucking sway it. I get out here and figure it out myself, and I go fuck with the news. Say this is what I saw when I was out there. This is what the truth is. The news have an incentive to possibly lie to you. They do that sometimes. I caught my local news station lying with this fake ass bullshit, stupid ass, silly story and trying to bend it and twist it to sway the public opinion about gun control. And whether you like what I do or not, what you'd have to notice if I pointed out to you the news story, my examination of the things that I pointed out in the news story that clearly painted out to be an intentional attempt to sour the idea of constitutional carry and open and concealed carry in Iowa. They tried to sour the public's opinion about that shit with this bullshit story intentionally to move it in that direction when they should have been reporting on the news. They are trying to sway minds towards their political direction. And I caught them doing it, and I pointed out in the fucking video and I called the news station on the video, calling them out on all their bullshit. Then I got in the field and then went down there for the second time to do an open carry demonstration outside of the news station. And they still didn't come out there and talk to me because they know what it's gonna be if they come out there and talk to me. I'm gonna make them look real stupid about their news story and about how it is that they portray gun laws because the way that they describe gun laws in their news broadcast ain't even how the law works. So they gonna send people off telling them the wrong shit and all type of shit. I exposed them in a video. That's super serious, bro. That's super serious. I think what I got going on could be and should be one of maybe even history's craziest, and it should be one of the biggest attempts to call gun control out in the most rawest fucking grassroots black American way that you could fucking think of. I think that's me, bro. Yeah, I think so. Nobody black or white has done what it is I'm doing. It's actually genius, bro. No matter what it is that they say about the gun rights, the AR-15, the public shootings, I'm always going to prove that the public doesn't always agree with all that fear shit. Because if they did, why is it that I'm getting these honks and waves, heartfelt conversations with people that really understand when they do walk up and talk to me and they got something good to say? We even had a hater. We get a couple of haters from now every now and then from time to time. But we even had a drunk hater. This is on a video on my channel, bro. The drunk hater called the cops on us, then came to us, tried to pick a fight, told me to put the gun down and put my hands up because he wanted to fight. He just went straight to, I want to fight. I want to fight. When you put your gun down, let's fight. Because he wanted us to be riled up to act a certain way. That way, when a cop showed up to the call that he made before he got there, he'd be into a confrontation with me and my cousin, who was also strapped the fuck up, who go out there with me from time to time. Shout out RPM Javier Gabos, right? He did this on the video. And if you watch this, you can see who we are, see how the public is interacting with us before this guy showed up. Because we was getting love that day. That's crazy. We was getting so much love that day. While he was there arguing with us, another guy walked up and gave a hug. He was a Democrat, he says. And he says he don't even like guns, but he thought that we were awesome. And he thought that he wanted to give us a shot to see what we were saying because it looked interesting. Now, this is a Democrat who don't like guns. Probably think that I'm repping some Republican shit, and he was still willing to blur that line to see what another human being was talking about when in regards to gun rights. And this is a white guy, right? And I'm a nigga on the street with the AR-15 and the bulletproof vest and all this other shit, some shit that you don't think will mix or that I will even get respected or understood or even approached. And if I did, it would be a rarity, but it's not rare. It happens a lot. And that same dude still right there when the police showed up to give his witness testimony to say that we weren't doing nothing wrong. and that he don't even like guns. But he came up to say to him, I don't know what y'all doing, but I came to fucking check it out or whatever. He came up to do that. Everybody else should chill out. We do this all the time. The police ride past and salute. Every other cop after that got to chill out. I got too much of a long track record of cops leaving me the fuck alone. If a cop show up to make a problem, who do you think is the problem, me or the cop? Who do you think will be the problem if a cop ever show up to me doing an open carry demo and then creates a problem? A problem happens. Who you think gonna be who you think is the source of the problem if that happens? Me or the cop? Probably gonna be the cop. And it's gonna have to be a cop that don't know me. It can't be a cop that know that he know me. Cause then you're gonna wonder why you changed now. You see what I'm saying? When you do this, you checkmate the fuck out the whole system, at least locally, right? And then you stand as a shining example how everybody else needs to play everybody else after this too. You see a man in the car and he trying to tell you, officer, hey, I do got a gun in here. I'm trying to get my license like you asked me for, or whatever, but you need to take it easy. Maybe a cop will think twice. Maybe he'll take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. You in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where the guy with the AR-15 is out here, got y'all honking and saluting and all type of shit. You got to drive past and leave him alone. Y'all wouldn't even approach him and shit. Y'all dodging them, busting U-turns, don't even want to drive past him. Y'all just trying to leave that man alone. You can't overkill somebody in the car because he got a pistol when he told you that he got one and he trying to get his license. Like, I try to minimize the possibility that somebody can even do that and get off. You're not gonna be able to get off with that around here. I'm too much of an example that I force you to accept for you to be acting like, oh, somebody else is a fucking rattlesnake for a pistol when you approached him in his car or wherever the fuck it is that you cross paths with this man, Mr. Officer. You're gonna have to respect that right to carry that gun and just chill for a second. Be sure that what you do is to a bad guy that deserves it. Cause ain't nobody got to go unarmed because y'all are armed and y'all can keep y'all shit straight. Keep your shit straight. And I make them keep their shit straight. That's on video, man, with the drunk dude trying to pick a fight, bro. It's on video. That's why I record this shit. Then it becomes undebatable. Everything y'all say might be a hurt on what it is that I'm doing, and I'm gonna be misunderstood, or don't nobody understand or rock with what it is that I got going on, and that you don't either, and that you think that that's the right position to have about me. You too late, bro. 6 years too late. You 6 years too late. It's been proven. You know, and it is what it is. Not it can't be what it is that you think it is. It is what it actually is. So as soon as you can't get in tune with what it actually is, you're the one that's wrong. It's not what you think it is. It just ain't. You too late, bro. Too late. Way too fucking late, bro. And I don't gotta act like nothing. I can act like me, bro. That's who I am. Um, Future, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. 50 Cent still got he got old head energy, but he got they young dudes in the rap game. They know and respect 50. They respect 50 Cent. I think it's awesome. It's a beautiful thing when your wisdom and your knowledge and your maturity doesn't lose sight of the fire that you had inside of you when you were younger, so much so that the young niggas can look at you and go, that nigga hardly seemed like an old nigga to me, bro. Just a little bit, bro. You seem older because you smarter. You don't seem older because you offbeat and you can't relate to us. You can't see us. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what you're talking about or nothing. Come on, bro. I'm a gun rights activist. I'm keeping my eye on cities being run by democratic government bullshit because I'm seeing a very big correlation between that and inner city crime with these fucking guns, bro. Um, my eyes are gonna be on all of that. I'm gonna be in tune with that, and that's part of the fucking process. I'm paying attention to all that, and I don't like it, and I know what the remedy is. Um, to say that I got teenage energy, I should have took that as a compliment, really, bro. I'm 44 years old, man. You having that response to what it is that you thought you saw doesn't make me immature because that's what you thought you saw. My actions in my life would have to be immature for that to be true. Your perception can't be the reality. It's just not what it is at all, bro. So when you say that, that's crazy to me. All that can be is a compliment. It can't be a negative thing. I don't live with my mama. Um, I don't. neglect no kid that I ever created. Um, I got technically three baby mamas, but one of my oldest child is a man boy. He's a man child, so he ain't no kid no more. And my other kids with my other two baby mamas, man, my kids be all under one roof often, often. Like I ain't talking like a little bit. It ain't even court ordered or nothing. We just live life, co-parenting, everything's fine. There's times where I had to be like, man, do I got my son more than his mama do? Man, maybe. Like it was like that. Um, it'd be like that sometimes where I'd be like, I think I got him more than her. Uh, it's a beautiful relationship what we got going on with the co-parenting, only in the sense that I can all my kids will be in my house in the snap of a finger. Um, two of them live here anyway. No, it's just the one that I'd have to get here, right here in town. Super easy. Listen, uh, I think not only am I an awesome father, but I think I mastered something that usually fall apart for people. Co-parenting between three baby mamas, keeping the kids together, keeping the beef down. Ain't nobody get hurt. Ain't nobody going to jail. All the kids is taken care of. Everybody's fine. All the kids know each other very well. They grow up together. Um, the kids don't realize that something was broken or that something changed or that somebody's not together because the kids don't even notice none of that shit. They don't notice nothing. They don't even have to they don't even got the pains that you would expect um in a quote unquote broken home like that. It don't even seem broken to them. Um it's just grown man shit. How's the LLC going? Dude, it's going it's going good. In all honesty, I need to find, and I'm about to tap into it tomorrow because my mind was going so crazy today. I took down some notes and stuff, all these different ideas that I have because I had to start finalizing certain things in the business plan to make it presentable to look for investors. And what's crazy is that it's so hard to make the decision because my imagination be all over the place that I see too many options in front of me. I just keep thinking, okay, I can do this and then this and then this and then do this like this and then do this. Bam, yeah, that's dope. Then I go, oh, I can do this, and I keep doing that shit, and I need to get a final plan for the initial investment run, so I can start pulling in some investors to this shit. Because I think that once I crack the can on this shit and I start looking for investors, as soon as I start talking to investors, they gonna spaz. So I'm not gonna get too detailed in what the LLC business is exactly yet, but I will tell y'all this: right here in my area, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, there's been talks for years and a lot of development and campaigning and petitions and all type of shit because they really want to build a casino here in Cedar Rapids. Um, and I think they're going to now. They've been going back and forth with this for years, and Cedar Rapids thought that they were actually going to pull the trigger on that and do it a few years ago, but they didn't. Um, but I think recently they decided that they're fucking doing it. Between that and and the constant construction of new venues, restaurants, condos, luxury apartment buildings, and all this other shit around downtown to Cedar Rapids. They got all this developing shit going on. They really want to make it look like a mini downtown Chicago, so that when famous people come through here, because we got a dope little venue down here for shows and stuff. They be having rodeos, WWE wrestling events. Kevin Hart's been here at least one time. Other musical acts and famous people should be coming through here. So when those people come, they want to make sure that they show them people a good time. Anybody else who travels here to see these acts and stuff from surrounding little smaller towns and other places around here, they want everybody to come and see the Rapids and have a good time and feel good. And you can tell because the downtown area is busting. Like it keeps changing. It looked different than it did 2 years ago, and then even more different than 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like they're really going for it. So between that, the real estate market, the way it is around here is real good, and a few other things. The area is thirsty for new development and creating a mark, a vibe to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to kind of change. the image of not just of Iowa, but of Cedar Rapids, and to just develop, man. The whole fucking city is just developing, and you can tell, man, there's this vibe here, man, where people want to bring money and new shit here. So because of that, I'm going to lead with that when I talk to investors, because investors around here are going to realize all of this stuff. They're going to realize the talk of the casino and what that's going to do for for travelers and shit. Because it's also going to be a hotel, of course. Um, or to go along with this casino, because there's this expectation that it's going to be some traveling people in and out, fucking gambling, throwing money around and shit. And it's just going to be a good old time. Um, in regards to that, my LLC and business idea is going to fit right into that, because while people are traveling and doing all of these different things to be here in Cedar Rapids and to have that good time, I'm going to hit them with a landmark that will be a landmark for Iowa, maybe even for America. I would imagine that people would travel from all over the world to see this. TikTok and other social media shit, uh, IG, YouTube, man, I think Snapchat, I think the kids will go crazy about this idea that I have, because it's something that people are going to hear about, and then they're going to say, I have to go see it. As soon as you hear it, you're going to say, I have to see it. I have to go there. I can't just hear that and then not go look. I want to look. You're going to want to go see and experience it. And um, I wouldn't just stop at just one here. I can see doing five, six, seven, 8 of these around the country, all with different tones and vibes to them to kind of make them all different, so that they become something that people say, well, now I got to go to all of them. Now I got to download the app. So there's app development possibilities later. You have to download the app and go to all of the ones, and you know what I'm saying, keep your stats. And it'd be a bucket list kind of a thing for a lot of people. And I want to do multiples. Um, I think it's gonna be dope, man. Thanks for asking about that, Rick James. It's gonna be dope. I'm telling you, for the people that rock with me, that like me, that understand uh how weird my creativity can be, how out there I am about some stuff. I think you those are the things that work. I can't and never have I ever been the kind of person to kind of fit into a crowd or to go along. I always wanted to be different, knowing that I am different, and I wanted the difference to be something I can be proud of, to not be like everybody else. Even my facial hair. You see how I split my little chin strap? I've never, since I've had facial hair, I've never had regular facial hair. Now you might catch me in transition where I need to shave, and I might shave something regular because I'm preparing to do something to my facial hair. But I've always had unique, artistically uh, done facial hair. It always changes. I tend to only change it whenever I feel like there's been a major change or shift in my life, whether it be financially, relationship wise, um, uh, spiritually, or anything. If I feel like there's been like a change in who I am, I change the way my facial hair looks. I do something different to it. I alter it a little bit to the degree that it changes altogether. Like it is looked similar to this for a while, but I change it. Sometimes I change it. If something goes different, I cut that out or I'll grow it back. I'll let my mustache connect. I hardly ever do that. I hardly ever let my mustache connect to my goatee, but I used to do like a little zigzag pattern because my facial hair was like kind of patchy when I first started really growing it in when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. And just right here, it wouldn't grow. It wouldn't grow as thick as the rest of it. So then I started shaving around it. And I had this zigzag little pattern in my facial hair. And that was just one thing that I did. I used to do a whole bunch of other things, but the zigzag thing kind of stuck around for a while. And I've been doing it since I had facial hair, man, 1997, 98, 99. Like, I've always been like this, bro. And it's just been in the past, like who's that? The white rapper, Riff Raff, the crazy guy with the crazy fucking funny ass facial hair all cut. He looks like he's putting on a show, right? Now I ain't saying I'm some kind of trendsetter, and maybe I am, but I've never seen anybody play with their facial hair like I did mine until fairly recently, man. It was just never really a thing that I ever saw. Bro. And then now you look at, especially with barber techniques and shit right now, because it's a canvas. I'm an artist anyway, right? And this was a canvas that was just on me all the time. I was going to use any canvas available. I've always been like that since I was a kid, drawing and shit. I'm an artist, right? Um, but I've seen some fire ass shit lately. I follow a couple barbers on IG, and what some guys can do with some clippers and a facial hair canvas is fucking dope. Or somebody hair, um, is dope, man. And I thought I wanted to be a barber for a while too, because I'm an artist, man. Any kind of canvas or expression, man, I was willing to dabble and try. Even tattoo artists. I was gonna do a tattoo apprenticeship some years ago, man. And I just never chased it because I couldn't just dedicate that time when I was already broke to working for free trying to learn how to be a tattoo artist. I just couldn't reconcile that shit, bro. I was already hurting for money. I was going through some shit, and I couldn't do it, and I never went back to the idea. But I'm an expressive person, man. This is just who I am, man. I'm just different, man. I don't have to be something like something that you've already seen before in order to be valid in what it is that I'm saying, or to be justified in who the fuck it is that I think I am. I know who the fuck I am, bro. And you think I look crazy with the uh doing the little YouTube short to the NBA YoungBoy song, or the other song that I did with these young niggas doing this drill music, boy, you think that's crazy? You should hear the fucking music that I write. It's drill as fuck, but it's political and it sounds political. You ain't gonna mistake it for not being political. I'm not trying to sound street. I just think that same kind of fucking energy is deserving about a fucking revolution. Just like the Black Panther said, by any means necessary, said Malcolm X, bro. By any means necessary, bro. When he said that shit, I was like, I dig that. I mean that shit too, bro. By any means necessary. And freedom, a potential for a revolution, being victimized, and then having a duty to try to at least recognize and stand up to the tyrannical government is the duty of every man, bro. I don't care what walk of life you came from, bro. That's your duty, bro. It ain't my fault that you don't recognize that or care or feel like it got anything to do with you. Not everybody gonna be no soldier about that kind of shit, bro, and that's okay. But I am. I care about all of that shit, and I just so happen to like drill music, and that does not fucking disqualify me about nothing. About nothing. Okay, black bot. So then we got that type of shit. Man, die. Whoever. If whoever said that is dissing, then when you check out, when you check out in life and you go into the Chikai Bardo, do you know what the Chikai Bardo is? Let's test your intelligence. Let's test your intelligence. Do you know what the Chikai Bardo is? Go Google that shit while you talking that shit, because that's where your ass gonna go one day. That's where everybody gonna go. But when you go, it's gonna be I'm gonna light a fucking candle on a fucking cupcake that day. Go into the Chikai Bardo, motherfucker. That's where you can go. Right? Go there. Go there, bro. They waiting for you. They waiting for you. Oh, black bot. Black and a bot. What's a bot? You don't know me, and that's crazy. Cause only a bot ass hater would say things that you would take not that would take knowledge of somebody. You have to have knowledge of somebody to say that. So if I'm a bot, then I'm 48. When's my birthday? When's my birthday? I'm 48. I look good as fuck for 48. I'm almost 50. Damn, I could have sworn I was born in 1980. I could have sworn. That's crazy. I could have sworn I was born in 1980. Don't remove oh, he got a 60-second block, 60-second timeout. Yeah, that's okay. Let him let him talk his shit. He says I'm 48. I would have no reason to lie about my age. Just like any man my age, there's that little bit of a reluctance where you can recognize the feeling inside of someone. They might feel some kind of shame for saying how old they are. It's not like I can't feel that a little bit. I can understand it. I'm in tune with the human experience enough to know that when people go, oh man, I gotta say I'm fucking 44. When I say I'm 44, I'm like, man, fuck. I'm like 44. That's like, oh, but it's weird because I don't feel old. I don't know. It don't 44 don't feel like what I thought it was gonna feel like when I was 24. When I imagined 44 back then, this ain't it, bro. I thought it would be different, but it's not, man. I mean, yeah, I thought it would be different, but It's just not that, bro. I don't feel like an old ass man, bro. So if you think I'm 48, you can't just say that I'm 48. You have to tell me what makes you think I'm 48 and where the proof is, because I could go get my ID right now and block off everything else, and then you can see my birthday on there. I know how old I am, you fucking retard. But how do you know how old I am? Like, where would you get it from? You see what I'm saying? So, like, the information has to be backed by a source that's credible. Who are you that if I was 48, you would know better? How would you know better? You gotta say that part, man. Like, motherfuckers be weird. And I already know who that is. There's only one person that talks like that about me. There's only one person in the world that talks like that about me. And I'm surprised this motherfucker ain't fucking 8 or 9 mil already. You still here, bro? Damn. Quinn say she 45. Yeah, I'm 44. Born December 6th, 1980. In the Michael Reese Hospital in Chicago, Illinois, Southside Chicago, Illinois. Michael Reese Hospital. The hospital not even there no more. They tore it down. That was crazy because I told somebody who was from Chicago that I was born in Chicago, born in Michael Reese Hospital, and they was like, "Oh, they tore that down." I was like, "Damn, for real? That's the first time." And this was a random person in Iowa who also happened to be from Chicago, and I was like, "Damn, like." I ain't hear this from no family or nothing. Just randomly, somebody in Cedar Rapids say they heard it. They know what the hospital is, and that the hospital ain't there no more. And I was like, damn, when they tear it down, and I can't remember how long ago they said, but I was like, damn, I wish I would have knew that. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, the hospital not even there no more. But you can check out Michael Reese Hospital, see when they tore it down or whatever. They got it. You can Google it or do whatever, and figure out when they tore it down. I can't remember when it was, but that's crazy. Yeah, the hospital I was born in ain't there now. Michael Reese Hospital, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois. I hate when people pronounce the S on Illinois. Because the S is silent, bro. That bugs the fuck out of me when people do that. Um, who else was in here talking some good shit though? Because Mr. Whoever the fuck, you a goofy. Block, you a goofy. Like it's weird, man. Because whoever that is would much rather sit here and like act like that, like a little child, than to like go develop their own self. Like, who would do that? You know what you would never see me doing? In the comments on somebody else motherfucking live stream, calling them shit that I couldn't have any fucking reason or fucking foundation of evidence to even be calling them, and I'm just kind of saying stuff to see what happens. Like, that's wild and crazy, bro. Anybody who doing that ain't they. I'm gonna treat you like your life ain't shit because by the looks of it, you think your life ain't shit. To come here and act like that to a nigga like me, you out your mind, boy. You crazy. 30 to 55 is a sweet spot for men, especially if you're in shape and have wisdom. You damn right. If you have wisdom, patience, experience, and calm energy. I try to harbor some of the calm energy. I'm calm when I have to be, and when I feel free to express myself, then I'm not so damn calm. But yeah, you're right. 30 to 55 is a sweet spot, dude. I've never drank. I've never smoked. I don't eat soul food. I never ate that soul food shit growing up and shit like that. Some of it I might, you know what I'm saying? Grandma's baked mac and cheese, the cornbread had to do that. Um, they couldn't get me to eat no greens, no chitlins, no hog maws. Um, I might eat some red beans and rice from time to time, but then I had to do some silly shit like put some sugar in it. Like I just couldn't get down. Like the soul food thing just wasn't me, bro. I just couldn't get it. I've always been inclined to work out, even if it's for short periods of time throughout my life. Um, so I remain relatively healthy, man. You see my little brother. My little brother just turned 43 in May. I mean, he'll be 43 in May, and he looked like big bro. He looked like he older than me. You will not see my younger brother. He real close to my age. Like my mom had us like fucking back to back, bro. He was born in '82 and I was born in '80. So bro was like a year and 5 months younger than me. So then it used to track the time of the 40 weeks to even carry a child. You can see that I was not even walking. I wasn't even walking yet when my mom got pregnant with my brother. Um, and that's crazy. And she was young too. She had me when she was 15. That shit is crazy. So, um, then what was I saying? But yeah, so like the fact that being with, like the son of like such a young mother, that kind of put me like it kind of made me realize like it made me realize that like being a parent is like super hard. You only get one shot at it. And if you ain't ready, like man, the shit that should have man, that shit, yeah, that should do something to you, you know? Like if my mom, she just had a rough life, man. She just really shouldn't have had kids so young, man. She shouldn't have had me so young, man. It's just too young, man. Um, but she did good though, man. She got me to college. I graduated college. She kept me out the streets and shit. I was like sensitive enough that like being like a bully just didn't make no sense to me. I didn't really have a heart to do that bully shit. Um, so that kept me out of trouble because I was never a bully. Uh, and then the times where you have the bullies like kind of test you, I was always the one to stand up to my bullies. So I ain't never had a bully that just straight ran over top of me, and then I ain't never stand up to that nigga. Um, and that taught me a lot, man. And I was big bro too. I was the oldest of my mom's four kids, so I always had to do that big brother shit, man, and I was good at it, man. No, no, blah. I want what I need you to do is to explain it to me and everyone else with some and be convincing. Like, don't be a bitch because from this moment forward, anything that you claim that you cannot produce is going to make you look like a bitch. I want you to know that I'm keeping score. I want you to know that. What makes you think that I'm 48? And thanks for the compliment that I can look like this at 48 years old, you punk bitch. I know how old I am. I want you to tell me how you know how old I am. You know how. You have to explain it and be convincing. Be convincing. That's not enough. You look like a bitch like that. You look like a bitch for real. You look like a bitch. You're dumb as hell. You got to come with some evidence and proof. If I'm 48 years old, how do you know that? Where did you get the information from? Where can somebody else find the information to verify it so that you can make me look like a liar? You have to do this stuff, and it's super easy too. It's easy to do if you have that. You talking like you already convinced yourself. What is the evidence that convinced you that I'm 48? Damn, dude. Damn, man. I got a 21-year-old son, bro. Then you put 26 in the comments. What's 26? I'm 26. I got a 21-year-old son that was born on my 23rd birthday. Shut your bitch ass up, bro. You have to be, you have to be like so lonely, bro. There's no way a guy that can get his dick sucked when he snap his fingers will actually be in my comments acting like this. I know you don't get head on demand. I know that much. You're not cool like that. That's for sure. You don't get none. No guy with dreams and aspirations will be in my chat saying that I'm 46 or 48 or 26 or whatever the fuck you said when they have no reason to really think that, no proof to even fucking back it up or nothing. What is you doing with your life, bro? This shit is weird to me, man. Oh, you a super goofy. You a super goofy, with your lame ass. Look, man, I'm gonna let you rock. You can say whatever you want in the chats all you want to until you come up with some proof or something. Eat a dick, bro. Bitches like me. Boy, I'm a whole fucking superhero. You the bitch. Your profile fake. It don't never be your picture. I do get your address. I know where you live. Man, what I do with that shit? Hey, next time I do a video, I'm just gonna casually like just put your address up there since you got mine. I know who you are. You got my address and you ain't never slide, bro. Why you ain't never show up here, man? Why you ain't never come here, bro? Why you ain't never come here? Why? You already posted it. You posted it when me, you, and yeah, right, the Matrix and all of that shit was going on some months ago. Stop playing stupid. Stop playing dumb with your goofy bitch ass. Listen, I want you to know deep down into your heart and soul that I'm talking to you directly to your soul. I want you to hear me, right? Okay? A silly game like this, what you're doing, is so childish that I'm telling you, they're gonna do studies on you and people like you and how like social media gave you guys an outlet to kind of do this little thing because it kind of tickles a whole nother little uh aspect of your psychosis that couldn't be fulfilled like 20 years ago without the internet. This is a whole new thing for guys like you to do this. You're a special man, you're a case study. You're a special case study, bro. This beautiful field research with what I got going on here with guys like you. I want you to know deep inside your soul that one day you are going to die because we all die. But when you die, you're going to realize that your entire life was a waste, that all of the things that you ran from in, in search of your manhood, you actually ran away from all the cures that's been ailing you in your manhood because you know you're a bitch and then you do nothing to fix it. Your death is going to show this to you when your life flash before your eyes, man, in the Chikai Bardo, bro. This is where you're going to go to. This is where you're going to go to. This is where you're going to go to the Chikai Bardo, bro. To the death. To the moment where your spirit separates from the body, bro, and then you realize, oh, you have fucked up. That you fucked up the entire journey, the entire process, right? You were a bitch the whole time. Your soul is going to reflect the image of a great bitch to you in the moment of your death, bro. That's where you're going to be, and it's going to be great for you because you're going to get all of that spiritual work that you wouldn't get when you was here. Yeah. Keep yapping, yeah, because I'm speaking to your soul. You're going to hear me when you die. It's going to sound like this. It's going to echo inside your mind, right? That all of the karma is going to create for you another life to bring you back here, right? The Chanyat Bardo. I want you to look this up, pussy. I'm kicking philosophy to you. I'm kicking philosophy to you, bro. This is the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I'm going to educate you right now about the Tibetan Book of the Dead because this is where you're going, right? You're going to go to the Chanyat Bardo. You know what the Chanyat Bardo is, bro? This is where you're going, right? This is where your karma is going to create for you a new life when they send your ass back here. And it's going to be completely composed of all of the things that you failed at in life this time around, bro. It's going to piece together for you a life for you to come back. And you is going to come back. And hopefully you don't come back as much of a bitch as what you are right now, bro. Because you chose this life right here, bro. A super bitch, a pussy, right? A coward, no less. Never use your real name on the internet. No one hardly ever sees your face unless they can see half your face and your fucked up eyebrows. And you never fucking what you shave with a butter knife? Like what's all of that? What you got going on, bro? I know who you are, bro. I know where you live and all of that, bro. And you know where I live too, and you won't slide. You won't come here. You the one that's threatening, and you can like kind of play pussy right now if you want to with the name calling and the taunting and all of this shit. Bro, don't none of that phase me. I want to talk to your soul. Everything that I say to you that you actually hear me say is in there and it's never going to come out of there because you heard me. I want this shit to be in there, in your mind, bro. You have a very serious mental issue, and one day, bro, that shit is going to get you hurt probably. it'll probably be the death of you, bro. One day you gonna cross paths with somebody who's not going for your shit. I kind of got a feeling that you only really act like this on the internet. You definitely got that school shooter vibe energy, the public shooter kind of vibe, because you take out emotional, deep emotional baggage from your scarred childhood, and then you project it onto anybody. That school shooter vibes, bruh. You crazy. I come up with a plan to fucking show people that I'm huggable with this AR that I ain't gonna never hurt nobody. Never have in 44 years of life. I ain't never hurt nobody, right? Not gonna hurt somebody now just because I got something political to say and I got a gun on me. None of that changes nothing. I'm still who I am, and you just gonna have to be respected. And it's too late. 6 years of proving it, it's gotta be respected. I can't be a bot not making any money off of my fucking activism, funding all of my shit myself, being banned on Facebook and shadow banned everywhere else. Bro, nobody's a bot or agent of any kind that can rock his shit on Facebook or motherfucking uh, the with the TikTok. TikTok got me banned, bro. TikTok got me banned, bro. TikTok got me banned. Who's a bot that can't rock on Facebook or TikTok? That's crazy. Are you out of your mind? Nothing you say ever makes sense. Bro, I want you to know, I want you to hear this, bro. I want you to hear it all. As long as you'll sit here and listen to it, I want you to know. I want you to know, bro. You are failing your life's journey by doing whatever the fuck it is you think you're doing by hounding me. I don't know if you want to latch on to me. I don't know what you're trying to be like my arch nemesis or something, so that wherever I go, you can at least follow in the shadows to be the bad guy. That ain't finna happen. Uh, I don't even think I don't even think you really want to be alive, bro. There's something about the way you act and the way you talk when you be spazzing out that makes me feel like this dude is fucking off himself, bro. Like this is kind of wild and crazy. Like you just so erratic and so like offbeat with all of your aggression, bro. I know you got people in your personal life that might deserve some of this energy. Who the fuck am I to you? Huh? Why you care so much about me, bro? Why you care so much, man? Why, bro? I broke your speak. Man, this can't you gotta be okay. All right, bro. You must be you must be depressed, bro. Right? You know, mixed with a little anxiety, right? Because your depression would be stemming from your inability to reconcile your past, while the anxiety is you being incapable of projecting a peaceful future for yourself. You just don't see it, bro. And then here you are stuck in the middle, trying not to one yourself. So then you start taking it out on other people to see if that'll make you feel better. But I don't think it's working though. Because here you are still when I thought maybe you had an opportunity to rise above this shit, maybe develop yourself like I suggested that you should do. Develop yourself with all that energy, bro, instead of chasing somebody else down to try to stop what they're doing or what they got going on. None of this shit even makes sense. I can think of other people that you can hound on the internet if you want to hound people as if what you're doing is some kind of great cause for the people. If you want to be in it at all, but I can think of other things that you could be doing to be hounding shit on the internet. Why don't you get out on the streets and go fucking pound pavement to go do whatever it is that you think you need to do as an activist, whatever you got going on, huh? What is it that you think or feel? And I know this is the same person, same fucking sick ass, weak ass, bitch ass fucking person. I know that that's you, bro. I know it's you. You know that I know that it's you, right? I know that it's you because you do a whole lot of childish, off the mark, weird ass, non-specific fucking insults that just seem like childhood fucking chatter and bickering at a fucking lunch table at an elementary school, man. You sound like a bitch, bro, right? And you never actually address what it is that I'm saying about the politics, and then correcting me about how wrong I am about my political views on gun ownership, government corruption, and all that type of shit. You never actually address that part, though. That's how I know it's you. That's how I know it's a mental thing. Because who the fuck shows up to a guy talking very serious about serious shit and says, your mama's a bot? That's what you say? You would never put yourself where I'm at, bro. You would never actually stand within fucking range of me, bro. You never do that. Never in a million years. I don't know how you feel about Trump. I don't rock with none of them. Not Trump, not Biden, not Hillary, not Obama. All of their asses are weird. They're all crazy. I don't even know how they all still upright. They're criminals. Some of the worst criminals that humanity has ever seen, and they're still out there walking around. It's surprising to me. That's all I'm saying. I don't want nobody to go do none. I'm just saying it's surprising to me that that happens. I thought y'all were tough and patriotic and shit. I don't think you are. But what bothers me is that what it takes to be serious about these things seems to escape you, because you seem to find yourself in arenas where people discuss these issues, and I never hear you actually discussing those issues with them. You never do that. It's always this other sideways bullshit. How do you not know that that's insane? You don't know that that's crazy, bro? I'm curious, man. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like, you are weird. It's like, do you not understand English, actually? This is what's weird to me. This is how you know somebody's crazy and or stupid. When English words spoken very clearly don't seem to resonate at all. You would think that it would resonate enough that you stop coming around acting like this at the very least. How are you not ashamed of your actions? That's weird, right? But even beyond the shame that you should have for yourself that you seem to be lacking, that's okay, cool, whatever. Be shameless in your fucking ignorance and bullshit, cool, whatever. But when I call you out on things of how you don't really address me or argue that what I said politically about gun rights or anything else is fucking stupid or crazy, when you don't address me in that way and I pointed out to you that you're not, why don't you then say, well, let me address you about that? You won't do that. You act like I didn't just fucking call you out on that. God damn. Psycho. Psycho, bruh. I'm talking about a guy, a YouTuber. Check this out, Jason D. I'm gonna describe this guy to you. Austin, you've been here for a while. Been meaning to say what's up to you. What's up, man? If you're still here, this motherfucker says, "I love my life. I make money." That's untrue. If you are who I think you are, making money not gonna even fix those problems. I give you $1 million, it ain't gonna fix your problem. That $1 million will fucking get you killed. Fucking drug overdose, or you think you too big for your bridges, and somebody had to smoke a millionaire outside of a casino someplace. That'll be you, bro. That shit ain't gonna save your life, bro. You know, fuck about nothing. That's if you are who I think you are, and I think you are. Because I've called you out on it, and yet still I don't see no comments in here with you addressing what I think politically about gun rights, and then calling me stupid for that. You don't. You just come here talking crazy. That's weird to me, man. Niggas is crazy, man. Oh, it's your first time here. Oh, that's what that guy will say, that this is his first time here. Well, Mr. First Time here, let me ask you a fucking question. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Let's have a discussion. Like, can we have a man to man conversation where we talk back? What do you do for a living? Let's see if we can just get a straight up conversation, like a back and forth, like a real talking. Can't you invite people to lives? I bet you won't get on the live stream. I bet you won't. Let me show you how pussy motherfuckers beat it. They just kind of talk crazy and they don't really be wanting to stand on business. Where the fucking live stream at? Man, I know you can. Chat live. Man, that's crazy. Man, how do you man, I could have sworn there was an option. I don't know if you gotta set this up before you go live that people can join your live stream. Man, look, I'm gonna figure it out. StreamYard sound familiar, but like there's something right in YouTube, man. I could have sworn that you can split screen share a live stream on YouTube with somebody. I bet you Mr. Blob here would never do that. This is what's crazy to me because honestly, you lose credibility points right away when I know you wouldn't go live with me where I can see your face and then we just kind of talk like men so we can so other people watching can see if somebody's being a childish troll or if somebody's just trying to be like a straight up man, like, what is it that you're talking about? What's the problem? Do we agree or not agree on what? What is this conversation even? Like, that's simple, bro. It's not even too much to ask for. No, you wouldn't. You lying. You ain't even answered my fucking question yet. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Okay, what do you do for a living? Since you make money, what do you do? It's top secret what you do for a living. How you ain't put that in the comments yet? This is what's crazy to me. Grown man, right? I'm a bot. Can't talk to me. You drop ship. Oh, that's what you call it? Drop shipping? All right. You drop shipping, you make money. Okay, cool. Did you vote in the past election? Look what up? If you voted or not? I know what drop shipping is. Oh, you don't vote. Okay, so we got that in common. I keep that in mind. We got that in common. You don't vote. Okay. What's the reason why you don't vote? Is there a reason why you don't vote? I usually think that people that vote, they'll vote with very little information or anything at all. People that refuse to vote, they usually got a real good reason not to vote. Okay, if you don't vote, then you probably maybe you can't articulate or don't want to go into why you don't vote. But I will credit your intelligence just off that. The people that vote, they don't need much intelligence or reason to vote. They'll just kind of go just because. When people do not vote, I tend to think that they got some intellectual reasoning behind not voting. We usually think a little bit more when we don't vote. That's what I think that is. Usually. You hate Harris? I hated that bitch too. Did you well what did you think about the gun shit that she was talking about? She made some big reaches. I actually made a video calling her out how she tried to team up with Quavo from the Migos to try to get him to help her speak up on a gun ban for on an assault rifle ban. But the Migos that died, Takeoff, he didn't get killed with an AR-15. But she got the Migos running on her campaign with her to talk about gun control, and he's smiling in everybody's face trying to help her get it. But the two situations ain't even the same or related at all. It just looked like a front that she took a celebrity to try to put it out there in front of everybody, to try to jazz everybody up to support her bullshit. And I called them out on that in the video, and the video is awesome. If you hate Harris, you would like that video where I was dissing this bitch for doing what these political clowns always do. They always try to put a celebrity in front of people so that people who will fall for that shit will create this false sense of hope in a politician that's probably lying. Does anything that I just said sound like anything that you could agree with about Harris? She's a fucking she's crazy. Like crazy, not like not in like she's dumb. I think Harris is crazy intentionally. I think all her stupidity, all of the bad shit she says is her meaning to be dominating over the people and just being really bad at hiding it. She can't hide her evil fucking wicked witch of the fucking West laugh. Like her demeanor is like it's almost like she wants to say out loud, I can't believe these motherfuckers are falling for this shit. I'm the shit. I'm that bitch. I'm the best motherfucker. She almost wants to brag out loud. Like she says stupid shit and then she struts her shit and laughs and fucking waves and walks off like she says something golden. But the bitch is actually crazy. Intentionally, man. I think government put anybody in front of us to say, hey, let's see who can gather the most fucking idiots for me. Right? Because every time you vote, government wins every time. Right? And Harris is no better than anybody else. She is just as bad. When people say that Trump is bad, I go, Harris is bad too. Are you crazy? She's not safe because you don't like Trump. And when they say uh uh uh, Trump is bad, I like Harris. And I go, well, Trump is bad. He is. But Harris fucking sucks. Trump sucks too. I can give some examples. He did and said some shit that's undeniable right in front of everybody. I don't know how anybody can trust him. My standards for government control is high. In order for one of these motherfuckers to rule over me, they would have to be a better person than I am, morally, right? If a politician has blood on their hands and they've taken bribes before, they've done something crazy, um, sexually, like something that makes them a deviant, maybe even like a criminal deviant. These are disqualifying things that I don't think that I gotta listen to a goddamn thing they say if this is who they are. Whoever gets to rule me to make me act like they're my ruler and I'm their bitch, they at the very least had to be a better person than me. Y'all, you can't be morally flawed in ways that will horrify me. And then I also say, you get to tell me what to do. The two things ain't gonna never go together. That's why I cannot vote for nobody, bro. I'm not gonna fucking do it. And Mr. Blob, if you feel anything like that at all has anything to do with why you don't vote, we're probably more alike than what you think. People told me that as I got even a little bit more popular, I wouldn't even have to be that popular. That people will step forward to do the random trolling, the hating. People say that I'm a bot or a fed and all these other kind of things. And I'm just like, how could they say that when I'm so fucking organic? Who the fuck am I but a regular ass nigga that I've always been my whole life who decided to turn on YouTube after Facebook banned me? So I'm continue on saying, hey, I bought a gun and guess what I discovered? The different laws got different, I mean, different states got different laws. I can go to jail for doing some shit over in Illinois where I was born and raised that I can get praise for in Iowa, cops waving me and everything. This to get me shot and killed in my home state. Something is wrong. And I just fucking took off after that. I couldn't stop fucking talking about how crazy it is that the Law Society has people's lives in their hands when they can't keep the Constitution consistent from state to state. I don't know what's bot like about me saying that. I've never in the history of fucking school education or nothing ever heard anybody call out the contradiction between states like this as a angle on the expectations of a revolution. Some people look at the economy. And if the economy tanks, then there'll be civil unrest and a collapse. But no one ever says that when the shit goes up, it's going to be because of the people are reaching to take control back from a tyrannical government. They never tell you the story like that because they don't want people to see that as a possibility. They always talk about the doom and gloom that we stand on the sideline while we watch them collapse this shit intentionally. That's the story that they always tell you. I'm the kind of motherfucker to say that I know that that don't gotta be like that, and I should say what I have to say as loud as possible. And I've been screaming about this shit for fucking 6 years and getting nowhere. Couldn't stay on fucking Facebook. TikTok got rid of me. My YouTube is slow motion, bro. I don't even got 6,000 subs in 6 years. I be seeing other YouTubers I be trying to link with, be like, hey man, like help my channel out. I rock with your shit, man. Like, how you feel about what I got going on? Like, can you share my stuff? Can we collab sometimes or something? I'm reaching out to other YouTubers trying to do this shit, and they see me going, and they going, "Yo, bro, this is dope. What you got going on? I'm doing my thing. You doing your thing. I follow you, bro." And then I get people to follow me and stuff, but nobody really, really like tries to promote me. Maybe one person does. Um, um, he tries to help a lot. He's got a decent YouTube channel, but for the most part, man, I just can't get no motion. And I don't know what agent or bot come out here with a message like this that's supposed to be sent from some hidden hand or some figure in the fucking shadows to try to deceive the people that ain't getting no motion. That's weird to me, bro. That people will see me like that. Did they even throw that out there like I might be an agent or some kind of a bot or something? People told me that this would happen and that I need to just like not let it get to me or whatever. But it does though, because it's weird. Because it's like I think when people throw so many stones like that, sometimes they don't realize that they could be wasting time and energy attacking an ally. Don't be so quick to jump and call me some kind of bot or agent until you either know what it is that I'm fucking saying and what I stand for and where I come from, or if you can see some kind of flaw in what it is that I'm doing that says Trey sounds good, but look at this. He's trying to hand us over to the whoever the fuck. Like, tell me what that is then. What is it that I'm doing that I'm trying to lure people into when I really stand for something else that's detrimental to humanity? What is it, bro? What is it? I don't get it. What is it I'm saying that's so wrong? I feel like I'm saying because my whole philosophy about government is this really. Whatever they don't want you to be, that's what you should be. Whatever they don't want you to say, that's what you should be saying. When they don't want you to have the gun, you have to know that the only reason why they go from doing the things that they do in Iowa on a state level by trying to progress into this constitutional carry that we achieved in Iowa about 4 years, 3, 4 years ago. That's a progression over time. This is what it has led to, moving upward, right? While it's doing that, you see the federal government in other fucking states, Democratic states mostly, that seem to get way too heavy on the gun control, while at the same time, what are they doing in some of these democratic places? They give you the legal weed. They are, while on a federal level, the weed and the guns cannot mix. Do you see what I'm saying? This is gun control that nobody notices but me. And I don't think the establishment is going to pay a fucking broke ass unemployed nigga like me, because I'm unemployed now. I just lost my job of 11 years working for a aerospace company. That's what I used to do, and I just lost my job in like October, right? That's what I used to do. Um, Nobody's going to expect for that kind of truth to be coming from a regular ass dude like me, and that's what I like, because it's the truest form of the grassroots fucking freedom and justice and revolutionary acts that I can possibly think of. Is for me the most organic nigga that I fucking know, because I don't know or trust nobody else, really, not too much. For me to take it upon myself to say I think I see something, I'm just gonna say it, bro, and I'm gonna say it with the most um with the most vibrant approach that I can naturally put on it for who I am. Who am I really? Who am I? I'm the artist kid that always knew how to draw when I was a kid. Love drawing comic books. I was into the comic books way more than the sports. I had the comic book card collection it had the 9 card slots in the little sleeves, whatever. It had you put the baseball cards in it and you put them in a little the binder, the 3 ring binder, and you keep all your baseball cards. I was doing that with comic book cards and comic books and shit when I was a kid. This is me, bro. When I was young, they called me Pew Pew, because everything I picked up, I treated it like it was a gun. I would take an action figure, bend it at the waist, and hold it like a gun. Everything I picked up, sticks, anything at all, bro. I'm telling you, I wanted every gun to be a toy gun. And I remember hearing people calling me Pew Pew when I was a kid. I overheard some grown-ups when I was a kid telling some other grown-ups in another room, man, that boy gonna be a cop or a game banger because he is in love with them guns. He is in love with guns. Y'all got to watch him. He gonna be a cop or a police officer or a soldier or a gangbanger or something. Something got something to do with some guns. This is what people were saying when I was a kid, bro. This is just who I am. And even then, not until I was like 26 to 27 years old did I buy a gun, only for organic reasons. Me and my girlfriend going on our late night walks one summer, like we always did through the neighborhood. We got stalked and followed and chased by some unknown man in the fucking neighborhood. Scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what was going on and where it would come from because I ain't had no personal beef or nothing. I just did not understand what was happening. So I went and bought a gun. And even then, I didn't carry it, but I bought a gun, had the gun in the house. It made me feel way better. And in the midst of that, I was like, I better learn these fucking gun laws if I want to carry, because I think I want to carry. So I got to learn the gun laws. I got to learn the gun laws between the states. And it'd be nice if I fucking knew what the fuck I had going on, if my fucking life and my freedom is on the line about carrying a fucking gun. And when I did that, I discovered that the inconsistency between states was exposing somebody for being in constitutional violations. And then no one was doing anything about it. So I became an activist. It's not that fucking hard to figure out, bro. It's just not. And nobody's gonna fucking pay me or fucking feed a fucking life to me for me to come out here to do this, to be doing what? To be swaying y'all away from what truth? What is it that I'm doing or saying that's actually swaying somebody away from some truth that I must be some kind of agent or a front of some kind that's not even real? That's what I don't fucking understand, bro. Especially when I know that I'm real. It's frustrating being inside yourself, hearing somebody say some shit like that, and then being like, I want you to not think that. And it's weird because there's nothing I can do to make you not think that. All I can say is what makes you think that. And until you show me something that'll even make any kind of sense at all, I have to just call you crazy for thinking that. Because where else would you fucking get that from? That's just weird to me. It's just strange, man. Like, find another insult. People that disagree with what people got going on the internet needs to find another insult, bro. Find another way to insult me, man. Because that's crazy. Um, ain't no fucking buy, bro. All I know is that I'm fucking organic as anybody could be, bro. All alone in this shit. The only person that ever go out with me with my open carry demos is my first cousin, bro. First cousin. His daddy is my mother's little brother. It's the only person that really ever go out with open carry demos with me. We a team in the shit. I don't really trust going out with nobody else. It's just weird. It's just weird, bro. Cause I don't know. The distrust comes from all angles, bro. When people show us love and shit, man, it's like, man, who is you for real, bro? People get excited. Hey, man, we want to go out with you. We go, man, no, we not doing that. We don't want to be that close with nobody, associate nobody else with the shit. It's just weird, bro, because you just never know. I went to Texas. When I went to Texas with the open carry demo, some shit went on down there. I felt like I got set up. Somebody tried to get the police around down on us because they set us up into a situation, and then the police came in. And I think that it was planned that the police would come into the situation, and it ended smoothly. But I could have easily fucking died that day. That could have been crazy. The Texas situation was crazy. It almost got me killed for the shit. And that's crazy. So when I see shit like that, and then people, oh, you a bot, go, man, you have no idea what I've been through, man. It's just crazy, man. It's wild, bro. It's like I can't let it bug me like it matters. But when you do something like this and you want to be like respected for it, as soon as somebody disses you, not because they disagree with you, but because they just attack your presence in general, it's like, man, at least diss me for what I said if you thought something I said was stupid, bro, or inaccurate, man. What's with this other stuff, man? Can't I ask you to at least insult me on something I said? I don't know, man. And like we just discovered here with the with uh when Blob here says that he hates Harris. Look, bro, we actually agreed on something. You have no idea how I feel about Harris, but the way I feel about Harris is the way I feel about Trump, is the way I felt about Clinton, is the way I felt about Bush or Obama. I just distrust and despise them all equally. The way you feel about Harris, I agree, bro. I feel the same way. I could almost call it a hate. I wouldn't do nothing to the woman, but if something happened to her, I'm telling you, I wouldn't care. It might almost make me smile a little bit. I don't give a fuck. I think for whatever it is that they are doing to us is so bad that they fucking disqualified themselves from getting any care from a guy like me. I don't gotta care about them after that. I don't, bro. I take it that serious what it is that they're doing. And what I do when I do my open carry shit will get me shot down in Illinois, where I was born and raised, but I can do it in Iowa and with total expectation for 6 years now. No goddamn well that the cops ain't gonna act like nothing towards me for openly carrying my AR-15 when I'm doing my demonstrations and shit. Political activists. When I'm doing that, I know the cops ain't gonna fuck with me over here. If I went over to Illinois to do what it is that I've already done over here for 6 years, you know what they would do in Illinois? The cops will run down on me. They'd be heavily armed. It'd be real easy for one of them to think that they need to just shoot me because who the fuck am I out here with this big ass AR-15 and a bulletproof vest on? This is dangerous. They would shoot me down. The public would support the fact that they did that shit. The cops will get a medal of honor and be treated like they did something good. The whole time, the whole situation would have had to go differently if we were across an imaginary line in Iowa where the cops agreed that these are the rules and that if a man is outside with an AR-15 and a bulletproof vest, you leave him alone unless he is victimizing somebody. That's what Iowa says. And because Illinois won't say that, I could be killed for something that I do over here, and that disturbs me. It's not that fucking hard to understand why a guy like me, who's always been who the fuck it is that I am, will come into this kind of a conflict in life and say, I'm gonna face that conflict because I don't fucking like that shit and I can't just sit by and let it rock. I like going that shit, bro. This is who I always am. I've always been exactly like this about everything in my fucking life, always. There's no way I would take my gun ownership seriously enough and allow the state of Illinois to threaten what it is that I think is righteous about gun ownership. While Iowa says, man, go ahead and rock your shit. We're not gonna mess with you, bro. That's what the cops and the whole fucking Iowa state government says to me over here. Openly carrying all of the fucking time. Every day I openly carry a pistol, right? I openly carried an AR-15 for the fucking demonstrations, and the cops just drive past me. I be showing it on camera, like, look, the cop just put up to the corner. Watch, he ain't gonna say nothing to me. I turn the camera so the camera can see him, and you can see the cop in the camera do this and look away from me. They try not to eat. They try to pretend like they notice me, but they don't even notice me. They try to pretend like they don't even care, right? Whether they do or not. This is a typical response that I have from the cops. They avoid the cameras. They avoid addressing me directly. They sometimes show some support. If they disagree, they never say that they disagree. They seem to recognize that it's a right that they took an oath to protect. And here in Iowa, they treat me in the way that I do this, as extreme as it is. They very clearly, without missing a beat, treat me with respect about it. Cause look how heavy it is and how out in the open it is. It's so extreme and it's so in their face that I make them answer the question inside their uniform. Can you recognize what this is enough to keep your fucking cool and leave me the fuck alone? I don't even like the fucking police, but I gotta tell you, they don't do that shit, that crazy shit to me. And I gotta commend them for it. Because I was willing to risk my life and bet my life that they would be cool, and they just so happen to be cool. Wow. Not something to be called silly, childish, stupid. Bro, what it is that I'm doing is putting a lot of shit in motherfuckers' faces to say, we got something to talk about, and you're gonna face this shit, and we're gonna come to an understanding because I'm not gonna keep addressing you motherfuckers about what gun rights look like, how peaceful it is that I am, and how I do not deserve your bullshit unless I'm on bullshit myself. If I ain't on no bullshit, I don't deserve nobody's bullshit. But I can't go back home to Illinois and act like this with my guns. That's crazy because I'm still the huggable person. The cops will shoot down the huggable guy over there and pretend to be righteous for doing it. And the public will. Ain't that weird? That should be weird enough. Just that in and of itself, that what it is that I'm doing, regardless of how you feel about it or what you understand about it, just know that I do it and it's legal. And that I got a 6 year history of doing it successfully with no scary incidences in Iowa. That's for damn sure. Texas was different, but Texas was a setup. And I'm gonna do a whole video describing Texas with some fucking detail that'll blow your minds sometime later on. But I've been successfully doing this here. It's going to hurt my feelings a little bit. It's going to magnify a real truth that seems to be going under everybody else's noses in the midst of this gun debate, that while we are arguing the AR-15 and the gun debate and the public shootings and what to do and should we do an assault weapons ban and blah blah blah, while we're arguing all of that, no one realizes that the state of Iowa says that this is how they get in tune with the Constitution, that they do gun rights the way they do here, allowing me without a fucking threat on my fucking life to do what it is that I do. That has to mean that California is under a fucking grave violation of the Constitution, and that we need to say that because that's actually true. And if the next thing that follows that truth is, and we're not gonna do nothing about it. If that's what you follow that with, so be it. But get to step one and be honest with it. California is under a great um, constitutional violation. Period. Now we can define what America is really about when we realize that to be absolutely true, magnified in what it is that I do. I magnify that truth with this. Now let's just say that nobody's willing to do anything about it because we don't really stand on that American patriotic, protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We don't really stand on that. So all I'm doing is exposing how much of a bitch this country really is, while they pretend to be fucking super patriotic, and what it is that that bitchhood is doing to us right in front of us while everybody watches. I'm proving a lot by doing this. This is different, man. It's too serious. It's super serious. And somebody's got to do it. Don't you notice that ain't nobody talking like this but me? Not like this. Not from these angles, bro. I've never heard any gun rights activist or sec or 2A fucking advocate on the internet, on TV, nowhere ever say that states that rock with that gun shit should be literally, possibly literally fighting other states that don't rock with the fucking gun shit the right way, because it's a violation of the Constitution and y'all took an oath and y'all made a promise. So go tell them to stop that shit, even if it means that you might have to fight them. That's what's supposed to happen. There's shit written in state laws and shit that say that one state can use constitutional violations to go to war with another state, like literally go to their border and go, we'll fuck y'all up out here. It's in there that says that there's an expectation that situations and circumstances could arise to make that a legit path for this country. That's what they should say. This is not what it is that I think. I don't think this and then say that shit out loud to try to pass it off as being actually true. Just go look it up. I'm not gonna sit here and be told and be considered some kind of fugazi ass fucking shit talking nigga on the internet with some guns that's just begging for some fucking attention. I think that what it is that I'm doing needs to be said because it's groundbreaking. I think is deeply penetrating to a lot of the things that we are finding ourselves in great disappointment about in government business. I think it needs to be said. It needs to be taken seriously. Because regardless of what the fuck they want to ban as far as fucking TikTok, I don't give a fuck about the fucking censorship. That does suck because that keeps you from having the constructive discourse between uh conflicting ideas so that we can come to a resolution. The censorship fucks with that process, and that's sad. It also fucks with the process of calling out the bad guys and then telling like-minded people who want to be the hero to the bad shit what it is that we need to be doing and thinking in order to conquer the bad people. Like they don't want communication to be used for that type of shit, so the censorship will show up in regards to that shit. I'm trying to jump over all of that shit before it gets too deep, before I cannot have this gun or say any of this stuff. I want to jump over all that and say to you, with a gun in my hand, that I think that government is so fucking evil and so bad that there's no other place to go but the pits of hell, according to their plan. And I think that we might be better off if this was a Quentin Tarantino movie to address them about the bad shit that they're doing and then not care about the consequences because we need to address them verbally and legally as much as we can without relent until they either give up or fight us because all we want is the freedom and we need to tell them that over and over again until it becomes redundant and they know that this the total motivation that we have is to get the freedom. Make it clear. Communication needs to be crystal clear, but all your actions need to be aligned with whatever the fuck it is that you pretend to praise. That's the freedom and the justice and the flag and the liberty and all the other shit. You got to protect it like you mean it, or I'm going to call your bluff. And I feel like everybody's bluffing unless they tell government, you're wrong. You're not even supposed to be the boss. You being the boss has led us to levels of disappointment that are irreconcilable, actually, because you guys are crazy. And now you're going to fucking stop, and we're going to rebuild society alongside of you. And if you try to stop us, then we're not going to fucking just let you do that. Shut the fuck up. That's what I'm here to say. That I thought that maybe if this was a fucking movie, a Quentin Tarantino movie, like it looks like, because it gets bloody and violent. What they do overseas, crazy. They got blood on their hands. I don't think they can tell me the length of my AR-15 barrel is menacing. The length is menacing because it's short. Motherfucker, the round gets the fucking maximum utility of the velocity when the barrel is longer. A gun expert would tell you that I cheated the round. I cheated the gun by making it short. I've lessened the goddamn thing. I've lessened my radius of keeping shots accurate and on point. I've lessened that. When you if an AR-15 can accurately fire at this radius with the shooter in the center, when you shorten the barrel, that radius does this. You lessen how effective that goddamn round was actually meant to be when you shorten that barrel. The gun literally gets weaker, and the ATF says that that makes the gun more dangerous, and we want that shit from you. Or you give us $200 for a tax stamp for each one of the guns, then you can keep it. But what the ATF has tried to do in regards to gun control is counterproductive according to what they say that they wanted to do. When you compare it to what they actually are doing, it just doesn't make any sense. If they want AR-15s to not be so goddamn dangerous to people, they should not be focused on the short ones. That sounds crazy. The further the distance can get in a sensible range of an AR-15 or other rifle, the more people that can be potentially targeted as a victim by a shooter. The radius grows when the barrel is longer. They are insane. No one calls them out on this shit, especially not the way that I do. I never hear anybody talk about these things. They use this as a point of contention when they say the ATF needs to be abolished, period. The ATF has to go because of this and a plethora of other reasons. This needs to be said, and it needs to be said in this way. I don't have to have on a suit and tie for it to be the truth. That the ATF needs to go because they're constitutional violators, and that they can't just go. They also have to be punished to the full extent of the law according to the oath of office that they took. It needs to go all the way that far, and I'm not going to be satisfied till they all get arrested, jailed, and then whatever happens after that happens. Because jail is not the fucking final destination; it's a pit stop. No one talks to you like that, and nobody's going to pay a bot to tell you that maybe you need to consider the possibility inside your imagination. If you can imagine a Quentin Tarantino movie, right? What do you think the Quentin Tarantino movie would paint these guys as? The ATF and the Quentin Tarantino movie, are they the good guys? You know, goddamn fucking well they not. They smash shit. And the only way to balance this fucking Quentin Tarantino movie is for them to be smashed in Act 3. At the end of Act 2, and they're entering Act 3 of the fucking film, niggas start shooting. The hero starts shooting. And I'm not calling for no action. What it is that I'm telling you is that I am making an observation. The US fucking Constitution set you motherfuckers up to feel really, really good about this fucking experiment that we got going on here. And then it failed you. And I'm pointing out how it failed you and what you need to do to regain the control over what it is that you pretend to have had control about this whole time. In reality, the Constitution has taken something undeniable as your own prized possession in your human experience, your fucking freedom to say what the fuck you want and to preserve your life with whatever you get your hands on, as long as you're being defensive. Defense is never wrong. The government has convinced you that undebatable, inalienable, God given rights can now go up for negotiation and discussion and debate inside of this fucking constitutional thing that that you watch them call this shit an amendment and you praise it anyway. They told you, praise something that we are going to get everyone involved to admit is open to change. Don't be surprised if it changes. That's crazy because my rights are non negotiable. Can't be changed. Not by y'all. The one with the blood on your hands, you don't get to tell me what the fuck to do. Are you insane? You the last one to get to tell me what the fuck to do, bro. What the hell did y'all been doing overseas and in all these fucking places all this time, bro? What did y'all do with my tax money? Some shit that if I took my own money and didn't pay y'all no taxes, and then I told you this is what I did with the money. I bought these fucking weapons. And I got people in mind when I bought the weapons. If I told the US government that's what I did with my fucking money, they will come get me. Right? They say, yo, give us your money so we can build weapons that y'all can't name or fucking touch. Right? Huh? So we can go hurt people that you can't name or touch. You won't know these people. You can't pronounce their names. You're not familiar with their culture. We're gonna lie to you about the reason why we came over here. They gonna do all this shit to you, bro. And I'm supposed to listen to them and then let them tell me that the length of my AR barrel is too short. And now that same round and trigger being held in the hand of the same guy, me, right, is either menacing or not, depending on the length of the barrel. I want to not have to argue with regular fucking people who don't even fucking know me so I can just focus on the task at hand here. And that's exposing them and then trying to figure out the most peaceful way possible to make them stop that shit because I think it's worth it for us to find, desperately find, urgently find some way to minimize a loss of freedom and a loss of life at the hands of a fucking government that's supposed to be protecting those things. Why do I gotta sit back and watch them do that shit and then not say nothing and then be called some kind of a fucking bot by somebody who ain't got nothing fucking good to say? Say something good. Correct me on something that I said that you think is damaging to the idea of the movement. Why the fuck is it so hard to get regular fucking people to just talk to you like a fucking human being and be serious about the serious shit? Or go play with some fucking kids, bro. Go sit your ass at the kiddie table. Go talk to somebody else who like playing that game with you. I'm not here playing no fucking game. You can't expect nothing small to move if I treat what it is that I'm doing like it's fucking small nothing, like it's a small fucking nothingness of whatever the fuck. Why would I ever get anybody else to take it seriously? You're not gonna believe that I believe anything that I say or none of that shit, bro. I mean this shit what I'm saying. It's so strange for me to mean these things to be important, critical points and topics of discussions that should be had with fucking any man that fucking cares about anything at all, the future of anything at all. You should be having these conversations, possibly even daily. We need to be having this shit on a national scale. I should be able to fucking say these things that I've said to y'all in this fucking live stream uh, on a bigger platform so that more people have an opportunity to judge for themselves if something that I'm saying is stupid or not. I want more eyes on it so we can get more judges on it. I can't force anybody to think or believe a goddamn fucking thing, but I do think that you should have a right and responsibility to address things, especially fucking special things like what it is that I got going on, bro. Don't nobody talk or act like none of this, man. No one tells you that you should not be meeting in courtrooms to debate gun rights with them anymore. That the next fucking time that they have some hearing or meeting about some fucking gun rights and gun laws and shit, that we should send representatives in there to say that this is the last time you're gonna see us inside of a fucking courtroom. If y'all won't smoke with us, catch us outside. We not playing. We not giving up no more gun rights to y'all. Y'all are spooky crazy. Y'all can't secure the borders. All this shit is going crazy. China had the balloons up flying around here a couple years ago. Y'all ain't never reconciled that shit. Y'all might be fucking with the fucking elections. We don't even know. Both sides accusing both sides of tampering with the elections, either through social media influences or otherwise. Man, fucking with the ballots and all type of shit. Anything at all from any angle y'all might be tampering with the elections. Why y'all don't got red flags up telling y'all, man, stop the whole fucking thing for a minute because y'all bugging and I'm tired of it. I can't even keep straight what's true or not, what's right or wrong or none of this shit anymore. Everybody fucking stop, bro. That's where I'm coming from. And that don't sound like no bot to me, bro. A bot will tell you to keep on going with the status quo so that they can get closer and closer to their fucking end goal of controlling us all, whether you black or white. None of that is ever going to fucking matter to them. White skin ain't gonna save your ass from the fucking final fucking plan that they have. You got played. You're not better than me because you're white and I'm a fucking nigga. To them, you're a nigga too, because it's a bloodline thing to them. If you ain't a part of the bloodline, you're not a part of the fucking club for real, your ass can die. That's what they think. And it's fucking true, everything I just fucking said. And if it's not, then quote me at some point and say, when you said that shit wasn't even true. That's not even how this shit work. And that's how I know you a bot. Nigga, don't nobody say no shit like that because it's fucking stupid. Let me tell you how it's stupid. Then run me like that. Run that shit like that, bro. Nobody does that, man. Nobody does that shit, bro. The shit is crazy, man. It's wild, man. All I want motherfuckers to be serious and be real and get the fuck away from me, bro. I'm way too serious. I got way too much other shit to do to be playing the fucking game with y'all, man. Y'all have no idea how much I don't give a fuck about that petty ass shit. Y'all have no idea how much I do not care or respect for no government shit, man. I can't express it to y'all enough. I think people be playing when they have disagreements with government. I be seeing people have disagreements with government and they do just like they do uh when abused kids grow up to be fucked up adults and they still love their abusive fucking parents. I get it. That's your parents, but god damn, bro. Y'all got this unconditional love for government, like no matter what it is that they do, it's still government. Give them a chance, let them rock. I don't want to let them rock with nothing. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he said he went to go watch my video. The video that he was going to go watch the video about Kamala Harris. Maybe he found it and he watched it. Maybe he said, "Man, maybe Trey not half bad at all." This is what's crazy though. I think that if we have like the discourse and we have the conversation, I think the conversation and the discourse will easily, very quickly, if you do it the right way, move potential conflicting ideas and people and personalities into a state of togetherness that we all need when we realize that we have enough things in common that I ain't got to agree with everything you say 100%. If you agree with the right things or I see that you're on the right path, I'll consider you an ally, even if I disagree with some of the other shit that we got going on, because we got bigger fish to fry. Somebody want all of us to be either under control or under some dirt. And I don't have to like that or just stand by because people don't like the way I deliver my message because of who it is that I am. I am not the 44-year-old guy that wears the fucking penny loafers and a sweater vest. I'm not going to do that. I never thought that that was going to be cool. I didn't get to 44 and all of a sudden think that that is cool. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be wearing fucking Tim boots, Nikes, and hoodies the rest of my fucking life. I don't care how old I am. I'm going to be the old gray haired dude in the hoodie in the Tim boots, bro, with the fucking chain on. Yes, I am. I don't gotta change into what y'all think all old guys must grow into. I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm just gonna be me. And whatever naturally seems to be feasible or fashionable, then I'll do that. It's not like I don't understand the idea of what it's like to be cleaned up and you got on a three-piece or a nice little button up with a jacket or a blazer or whatever the fuck. When the time and the place and the things come for me to have to do that, to blend in, I'll blend in when I have to. The real me ain't gonna never fucking like none of that shit. I'm gonna like the fucking bullet bracelet and the Glock on my hip, fully exposed, and some fucking Nikes and a hoodie or something, bro. I'm always gonna be like that. I don't have to be. I don't have to be nothing but whatever the fuck I want to be or whatever the fuck I feel, bro. And I always go for what it is that I feel. And it's strange when people try and like call out like my age or how like I'm older, but why I seem like I act and think so much younger, and why would I do that shit? It's like the whole time you trying to examine this shit, oh, comparing my age to my fucking action. The whole time I thought I was just being me. I never stopped to compare who it is and what I think to my age, and then ask myself, is this what everybody else would expect me to act like? Well, let me get like that. I never thought to just get like nothing. It's weird to me, bro. I don't know, man. It's weird that people got that expectation for shit, man. It's crazy. And really, oh man, really is sad, man. I don't know. People gotta let go of this like this combative crab in a bucket kind of mentality where you just latch on to people and just start pulling and yanking. And I know life is rough and life do that shit to you, bro, but don't do that shit to me, bro. I'm not the one for that type of shit. I'm not the person you're supposed to act like that to, man. I'll be here to try to help everybody. Um, I feel like my gun rights activism was helping everybody. I helped clear the air about cops, and I don't even like cops. But you can't say Cedar Rapids cops are fucking racist nigga killers and that's what they doing and the police involved. You had to be like, man, not in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. They not really like that. Cops can run up on me and force any fucking stupid shit to smoke my ass and they try to explain their way out of it later if they wanted to. I'm a nigga with a big ass AR-15 and a bulletproof vest. Out in public on the fucking corner. Often. They could just pick a fight or play stupid and just go too far and then like, hey man, we'll clean it up later. We'll figure it out. Whatever. They could just do that shit. They just never do nothing, bro. I commend them for that, for staying in line about their oath of office and what the fuck is going on, recognizing what it is that I got going on, and then leave me the fuck alone, bro. And then leave me alone. That's special. That's awesome, man. And I don't even like the police, but I have to say, dude, salute to y'all for not fucking me up. Because you could have forced any fucking thing. They just don't do that shit, bro. I'm grateful for that. Let's not forget that I was willing to risk my life to see if it was going to work or not. Because I got out here. So, it is what it is. I make it aware to people who didn't know that it was legal to openly carry like that. I make it aware to them. When they see me out there, they go, oh shit. I go, oh shit is right. Yeah. Oh shit, motherfucker. The whole shit. The fuck? Now you got something to think about. Open your fucking eyes. You're a grown ass person in Iowa. You ain't know this shit was legal? Surprise, motherfucker. That's what I do. I put that shit on blast. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. Everything I do has a fucking positive benefit in the aftermath. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see what all this shit turns into. I can't wait till the springtime because I'm gonna turn the fuck up. I got a new AR. I want to walk this bitch like a fucking pit bull. We gonna get lots of shit done this year. I'm gonna be talking my shit. I'm gonna be bringing some new signs out. I got some new signs calling out police corruption. They gonna be tantalizing. It's gonna be provoking. Yeah, I'm gonna get some motherfucking attention. Yeah, because we need to address this shit. If you don't have the discussions about the shit, you don't realize what it is that you don't know, what it is that you didn't understand. You might be able to express yourself, to fucking spread some fucking wisdom, open up a good dialogue, conversation with somebody about any of the things that I brought up tonight. Do it all, bro. Why not? I love provoking conversation. Talk about it. You don't even know what you agree with somebody about. And, when you just jump out hating this shit, boy, we probably Mr. Blob or whoever the fuck dude was, man. If you hate Kamala Harris, you want to go watch that video, you're gonna like me better than Kamala. I bet you that shit. I bet you gonna like me more than her. You will say that I'm kind of cool, even if you hate that bitch. You gonna say I'm kind of cool for dissing that bitch the way I dissed her. I dissed the fuck out of Kamala Harris, bro, in that video. She deserves it, and that's what I do. I like talking shit. I like taking the things that I know to be absolute fucking true, bottom line, objective truths about serious things. I like saying that shit with an attitude. I like being disrespectful to the people that are standing in the way because I don't got time for that bullshit. To each his own is fucking holding humanity back because then we let stupid people be stupid. And that's fucked up. Tell stupid people that they're dumb and then tell them to get the fuck out of the way. That's how you get shit done. You got to start moving the pieces around and start setting shit straight. Talk to people, then you realize they were all in this together. There's no need for the punk ass division, the jealousy, the snap decision making about what the fuck you think somebody look like because it ain't your flavor, it ain't your taste. The fuck did I got to do with the truth? The fuck about none of that shit. I can only be me. I'm not gonna satisfy the cowboy. I'm not gonna satisfy the surfer boy. I'm not gonna satisfy the same-sex loving liberal who wants to stand up for women's rights and then she crossed paths with me because she realized that gun rights are he-she rights too. And the he-she's deserve to have a gun to protect themselves too. Because just because they all funny and shit like that don't mean that you can just hurt them and get away. If you start that fight, you're supposed to lose, motherfucker. I don't care who you is, leave that he-she alone. That's how I feel. Because the bottom line says a human being that is not victimizing anybody cannot be victimized by anybody. Period. Let him be who his weird ass is. Let him be that shit. I don't got time to care. Not that much. Not about that shit. I don't care. I only care about where there's a victim, and then I try to show up to say, hey, don't victimize nobody here. Then I tell the victim, this is what you can do to keep from being victimized. Make yourself hard to bully. There's nothing wrong with that. Defense is never wrong. This is the shit that I preach. I see my kids in everybody. The way I feel about them is the way somebody feels about you. Why would I hurt you? Mr. Blob, is there something wrong with me saying that? Does it sound like I'm a bad person when I say that? I fucking mean that shit. And you could tell my life is a testimony. 44 years of life, I ain't never hurt nobody. I've never been a reason why somebody was physically hurt, beat up, fearing for their life, scared, abused, bruised, battered, broken, bullied. I've never been a reason why anybody felt like that. I despise that kind of shit. I like the idea of bullying the bully. That's the kind of person that I am. And I'm not going to be told that I'm a bot or agent by somebody when I have lived my entire fucking life feeling like that I've taken all of the positivity that I possibly could have gotten from life lessons in my childhood, things that I had to learn the hard way as an adult trying to be a man. I feel like I'm bringing all of that with me and trying to justify what it is that I am by placing all of my energy that I want to express in the most positive places that I can put it. And all I can say is that if I like drill music and part of me says that, hey, the warrior spirit inside of a man is fucking natural, let that shit rock, then I'm also going to look for a fucking honorable place to put it. And I don't see it in the streets as no fucking game maker. I never have. I don't see that shit inside of fucking police uniform because the motherfuckers are crooked. They're nobody's fucking boss and they can't even keep the law and the constitution straight between states. I think there's something wrong. I would not put that energy there. Same thing with the fucking military, with these lying ass fucking bankers wars and shit like that. Man, fuck that shit. All I can say is the human spirit, the spirit of a man to be violent, belongs in an arena of defense only, and then it needs to go every place where defense is calling it for, no matter how scary that looks, no matter how out of reach it seems to be, that you need to point it out and place it there and demand that other brave men put their energy where it belongs and then no place else. That's who the fuck I am. Defense only and against anybody who want to smoke. And whether you're a home invader, crib blood, Latin king, or a corrupt fucking police officer or a corrupt government, none of it matters. You're all the same to me, and the energy was supposed to remain the same no matter how likely it is that you would try to slay the dragon and then be successful. I don't care how unlikely it is. I can walk into a crib neighborhood and walk out of there alive. That don't mean that I will let them come to me when I ain't did nothing to nobody and then victimize me without a fight. If they get me, they're gonna have to get me. They're gonna have to get me because I'm gonna be trying to get them. And that's the energy that I would have for anybody trying to victimize me when I have done nothing wrong to anybody. Because if the outcome is the same, that I'd be dominated, possibly even killed in the attempt to dominate me in my life when I've done nothing wrong. If that's the outcome, I don't care who sent you or what my likelihood of survival is. I'm probably just going to try to fight for my life. That's a natural hypothetical that's just hard to argue against. It can only be real and genuine if I say that that sentiment applies in every situation you can possibly imagine, barring none. That would also mean government too, about anything. And people think that I'm bullshitting or playing when I say it, but it sounds so fucking solid because it is. Why else would you cut slack? I'm not going to cut slack for a group of men that can kill me without a fucking fight. No one gets to kill me without a fight. That's if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm not going to give a fuck about none of that moral high ground shit. I'm just going to fight to survive in the state of being wrong. The bad guy's going to fight to live. No bad guy says, y'all shooting and y'all trying to fucking capture me, imprison me, take me to fucking jail, take me to court, throw me into prison, blah, blah, blah. Y'all trying to do this. And since I know that I'm guilty, I'm not going to fight you. Bad guys don't do that. Niggas just decide that they going to fight for it and go up and go for glory or what they going to do. But even when people are wrong, they respond in a way as if they deserve to be free from whatever it is you're trying to impose upon them. Even bad guys do that. And even one bad guy stands up to law enforcement or anybody as if they don't got a right to fucking stop him or impose their will on him. If even one bad guy stands up when he shouldn't, I'm gonna stand up every fucking time when I should, when I know that I ain't hurt nobody. Too late now. It's too late now. What up, High Alert? I'm just about out of here. This is a long ass live stream, almost 2 fucking hours. It's after midnight and shit, which is okay. I'm an old man, but I ain't that old. After midnight is like too crazy. I done been through some long nights. So I was in college when September 11th happened. 2001. It was my sophomore year in college, and I remember where I was and what was going on. I was in a fraternity in college, and me and my fraternity brothers were talking the night before about how America was so fucking dope and nobody could fuck with us. And the only people that even had a chance would be Russia because they fight like hell, or China because they fight like hell. And there's too many of them. There's a lot of them. And we talked about shit like that, and we all sitting around frat boys, doing frat boy shit. Um, Motherfuckers getting intoxicated and shit like that. And playing video games. That's what we did. And we all went to sleep. And we woke up in the morning, boom, 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 on my dorm room door. And I'm like, yo, what's happening? I jumped down and he goes, turn the TV on. It was my friend. This is crazy. Guy's name is John Johnson. We all thought that he was joking when we first met him, that his name was John Johnson. We teased him a little bit, and then after a while, we had to get over it because he heard it his whole life. He wasn't too offended by it, but we can tell that it annoyed the fuck out of him. But we just had a trip on dude because his name was John Johnson. Like his parents couldn't think of no other name but the name of John Johnson. Um, but John Johnson banged on the door, and I opened the door, and he says, "Turn the TV on." And then he barges past me and turns my TV on. And we trying to find the news station, and then we find the station, and as we turn the TV on, the quote unquote, second plane hits. This shit blows my mind because I was like, we were just talking about this. At first, we thought it was accidental planes hitting. So we didn't take it at first like we were quote unquote under attack. It took a while for us to come to that conclusion, but when we did, we all looked at each other like we were just talking about how nobody can fuck with America, and then somebody attacks us the next day. That's crazy as fuck. So we were all weirded out and shit. It was a crazy thing. But it's things like that that at the time I didn't know what was going on. Then later on, did I realize that kind of helped shape my perception of reality, because discovering even just a few of the inconsistencies in a conspiracy theory like 9/11, just discovering enough of that shit to be plausible truths was enough that in retrospect, when I look back on it, it's like all of those little things were there to give me the example of what it is that my life might be calling me to do when I step out onto the streets later on in life to say fuck the government with a gun on me. It's a beautiful thing, and I like that. It's just wild, like living all of that and trying to make it not define me, but play its part in the development of who I am in my life, when I've always had this fascination with guns. When I bought my first gun, not until I was 26 or 27 years old, and for defense purposes, to protect me and my girlfriend when we went on summer walks, man. Like, I just don't know, like, how much more organic that it needs to be. That even my love for guns didn't make me run out and go buy guns as soon as I turned 21. Partially because I was broke. I was broke as fuck. I was always trying to make ends meet. Ain't no way in hell I was going to afford no gun. And even when I first bought my first one, it was a High Point. First gun I ever bought was a High Point 9 mil, the compact joint, the low joint. And I paid $150 for this thing. They came with a box of 50 bullets. They had 50 rounds of ammo that came with the motherfucker for 150 bucks. It was a shitty gun. But I didn't care because I wanted just something that would go bang. That's all I cared about. And I didn't even carry the thing for a long time. I just had it in the house because that was enough to make me feel secure in what it was that I had just went through. But I knew that if I wanted to be completely secure in who I am, why the fuck would I not carry the gun with me when the problem that brought me to buy the gun in the first place was a problem that had arisen as I was away from my house, away from any kind of, expectation of safety. When you in public, you have no expectation of like shelter or safety really. It's really just kind of up to you at that point. And I had to realize that it was a slow process really of growing through all of this. And I love guns. I had a fascination with guns my whole life. And it's still, if you look at my whole life, when I talk about uh the details in my entire process from growing from who I was as a child even all the way up to being this kind of a gun rights activist. When I paint the picture for you, you will realize that it was a slow, organic, natural crawl that I had to be forced into certain uh, uh, pivot points or anchors in what I find to be important and critical in examining gun rights in this fucking country and what that means on a global scale, international, even spanning decades. You can go all the way back to the first acts of gun control, and it all becomes relevant to me. I'll speak on them on a daily basis, holding it all relevant, regardless of the time in history that it happened, because it's all one linear story of humanity. All I see is zeros and ones. All this shit is connected to me. That's what I think. Then I can prove it. There's nothing about any of the things that I just said in regards to gun rights, especially that you can draw a line of division between that point in history and now and say that there's no correlation, but there's always a correlation, bro. Just beautiful, man. I like where I'm at with this. I like the whole process, the whole development. Watching my own life develop um, um, like this is awesome, and I always try to spare other people the peace and the respect necessary for me to stay the fuck out their way so they can discover their own uh epiphanies about their own life and their own soul's journey. I think y'all all deserve that. Even if I didn't call you a bitch or a pussy or whatever the fuck I might have called even my haters and shit. Really, bro, what I really want to do is shock your system enough that you leave me the fuck alone, that you go look inside yourself and say, what the fuck is it that I would be doing if I had nobody to pick on? What would I be doing? What should I be doing? Not to be picking on somebody, but to get people to like and respect my life's journey and what I have to offer humanity or myself in my expressions and everything. And kids, if you got them, and how you raise your kids and all of that, you have an opportunity to express who you are in the world through these conduits, man. Why the fuck are you not mastering that, but you willing to talk shit to me, man? Stop that shit, bro. That shit is weirdo activity, man. You gotta stop. When you hear me say it, you gotta stop. I don't know how you can go on. This is where I gotta say you either you're dumb or crazy. To hear me point it out and then you not latch onto it enough to have it nag you inside your subconscious enough that you bring your subconscious out into your conscious effort to better yourself. That's the process. Motherfucker say, what are you talking about? Because I'm too complicated for you to understand or follow me. I talk too fast and I say too much, and the sentence be long as fuck and the ideas be huge. You got to listen to me for about 15 to 20 minutes to put it all together and go, that's what you were saying. But I've said it 1,000 times. You ain't catch it. So then I got to wrap it in something big enough for you to understand that the big idea is supposed to be applied to a bigger picture. That's the problem. That's the point. That's the point. When I know that I make sense in what it is and I'm talking about is important, and when I seem to lose people in my rambling or what it is that I say, that I know that either you're not that smart or you disagree with me. If you're smart enough to understand me and you disagree with me, I never hear that. That's why I never assume that that's what it is when there's a problem between me and somebody else. It's not that part. Only way I'm going to be convinced is that only way I'm going to be convinced is that the problem between me and anybody else is because I'm just fucking stupid. Is when they articulate how stupid that I am and how I should be able to see it that I am, and then replace what it is that I said or done that's stupid with something that I should have put there. I need to see all of that, or I'm not going to believe that you're articulate enough to even understand me, more or less correct me with something better. What the fuck is so wrong with asking that I be corrected in that way, or else just refrain from addressing me until you can do that? There's not too much to ask for. I don't know. Man, peace and love to y'all, man. I love anybody who rock with me, man. If you don't rock with me, I think you're dumb or you're crazy. Or you're just mad. And all of those things can be fixed by you just being honest about what it is that we got going on. Be willing to talk to me instead of throwing stones and shit like that. Cause I bet you we agree on enough stuff if we talked that you say, Trey, you're not that bad. And I go, dude, you're not that bad either, bro. I could think of worse people than you. I know what it is that I don't like about the world and about how people act and shit. And I think that if there's an opportunity for us to see some common ground, that I know that you're not one of those people that I don't like, I'm probably gonna try real hard to like you, bro, because we need to be liking each other. We need to stop dividing by little petty, stupid things when we can dig deep enough, usually in short time, to realize that we probably would like each other. We probably on the same page, and we should probably chill out and try not to cause conflict between us unnecessarily. Say the conflict for when that shit really makes sense, not for when we agree with each other, when we chill out and talk, and that all of the negative shit shouldn't have happened in the first place. Because now look at us chilling, right? I think that's how me and Mr. Blob, whoever the fuck that is, I think that's how we could possibly get. I get everybody that opportunity. So let me apologize for when I was being like abrasive and kind of like snapping out a little bit. I get like that when I get defensive, but I kind of meant what I was saying really because you shouldn't really act like that. That's counterproductive. But if we can find through conversation the things that we agree on, man, I think a lot of people can agree on enough things to say, dude, I have to stop considering you an enemy, even if I disagree with you. You're not exactly an enemy, so now I'm going to leave you alone with the negativity and move on to something else. Either put the negativity where it's deserving, or get on to something positive that you can build upon with the people that you rock with, but do something. If you're gonna be negative, put that shit where it belongs, man. Not with me. That misplaced aggression and shit, bro. That I think we spend a lot of wheels like that. And I think that's why government gets ahead on shit. I think that's why the school system is fucking fucked. I think that's why gun rights are inconsistent between state to state. With this magical constitution standing right here in our presence, still not stopping those kinds of things. And I think that it goes that way because people divide themselves from every angle possible instead of saying, I don't give a fuck what you look like or what kind of music you use to make your YouTube shorts. I don't give a fuck about that. Do you agree with me that Kamala Harris is a fucking maniac? When I say yes and I go high five, bro, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna consider you an enemy combatant, bro. Not of what I got going on. Because that's all I needed you to do, bro. The way you do that or how you came to that conclusion almost doesn't matter to me. I don't think we should be arguing and fighting though. I don't think we should do that, bro. I think we should stop that shit. Don't talk to me like that no more, bro. And then I won't talk to you like that either, Blob. I won't. Just stop doing that. I don't think we supposed to be arguing. Chill out. Like-minded people need to come together, and we need to stop thinking that if we don't agree with somebody 100% that something is wrong. That doesn't mean that something is wrong. State is gonna state, says subplanter. 1:30 a.m. in Tennessee. What up, High Alert? I'm glad to see you up rocking with me at some 1 fucking 30 a.m. man. Listen, I'm gonna say this and then I really am gonna get out of here. Being a YouTuber is funny to me because I have to find the most effective way to get into the algorithm, get in front of the audience that I intend to inspire some thought inside of, gain some notoriety and some popularity, so that all of the good things that I have to do and say can be witnessed by as many people as possible so I can inspire these kinds of changes in other people for the better. There's no other way to do that nowadays, especially, but then to go through social media. So then I have to try to put what it is that I think and feel inside of this framework, hoping that it translates, that I have something powerful to say, is something that I think and feel about the world that could be beneficial if we all have this goal to get to some freedom and some justice and some truth and blah 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 and all the pretty fluffy stuff, right? I think I have trains of thought and a plethora of topics and angles that would help us better do that. In order to do that, sometimes I got to get on YouTube, pick a popular music sample that people would fucking hear and find and come across my message in, and then mix that shit, whatever that is, no matter how cookie cutter or corny that I might find it to be, and then place my message inside of it so that the people that like sports or battle rap or industry rapping or other funny little sounds that I use on YouTube, any place that I think might be popular for other reasons, I try to switcheroo that shit to be like, well, since you're here laughing at this shit, let me give you a political joke inside of this to show you that these things are intermingled. That young boy energy can be intermingled with a revolutionary idea that the things that you love and care about, you might actually have to die for, and you have to be okay with that. These young dudes in the streets are totally okay with dying in an act of retaliation for something that they did. They take that chance. There's something honorable about them caring that much about the crazy shit that they get into. Cause I'm surprised that I don't see it inside this grown man, legitimate, patriotic idea of freedom and justice, that even those guys don't seem to care about it enough to live and die for it like these kids are about the dumb shit that they get into. And I think that's crazy. And I think there needs to be a switcheroo. I think those young kids that are wilding like that need to get a fucking political mindset and then grow up to be sensible, reasonable adults who are politically inclined in their thinking, who have avoided the law enough that they can legally own a firearm to protect themselves and keep themselves in the fight if they ever had to play any role at all as stopping a tyrannical government or a foreign invader. Period. I'm going to take that seriously because the US military takes that shit seriously. All those things that I say we need to protect against, law enforcement, all the way up to military services, they think that they need to bring a gun to those discussions and topics in defense and in offense. They go offensive, but they think that they need to bring that gun and heavy artillery and shit to those topics every day, every time, without fail. You consider the military and their weaponry. You don't consider military by what it is that they think and stand for, what they write on paper. You think of them plus the weaponry every time. You never separate it. When you think about a cop, you know that man has a gun. It's a given, common sense. Don't even question it. You know what the fuck that is. And when you see a protective, grown ass American man and you don't think he got a fucking gun, goddamn sure. If you don't think that and then you can't look to confirm it, yup, there it is, then there's a problem, bro. I think that's crazy. Because apparently everybody else think that they need all of this to be protecting me from something. Then I go, where my shit at? I should probably have a little something for myself. If this what y'all doing out here, y'all acting like shit crazy out here. And it is. The gun ownership just makes too much sense, bro. I'm here to shake that shit up. I think the people that play games about gun ownership, when y'all scared and y'all letting politicians talk about gun control, I think y'all are missing the whole point, right? Y'all missing a whole culture of people who are happy, peaceful gun owners who are huggable. I'm not the only one. I'm standing up for a lot of people when I do this stuff. So when it comes across on YouTube, because I did a short and you got the fucking drill music, this violent fucking rap music in there, and I'm acting like whatever, bro. First of all, that's who I am. I grew up on Master P, UGK, Tupac, Biggie, Wu Tang, uh, Brother Lynch. Some of the shit was dark. Like Eminem, 50 Cent, they came out when I was in college. When 50 Cent dropped, the girl that I was dating at the time bought me the fucking CD. I played that shit to death, and then I did something to like scratch it real bad where it was irretrievable, and I was upset as fuck. Right, I was mad because I was really feeling this 50 Cent CD. The girl that I was dating at the time went and bought me another one, and I was happy. And all the guys was like, man, dude, she care about you, bro, because you expressed being upset how your fucking CD got scratched and it won't play no more. And then she didn't even say nothing. She just went and bought it and showed up later that day with a new CD for you. Like this is who I am, right? So I don't feel like that, and then recognize the transitional progression in hip hop music or in music in general, but in hip hop music what things seem to remain the same, especially when I got a 21-year-old son who I'm watching going through things that I went through in my life that I'll never forget that coming of age, right? He 20, my son's 21 right now. So a lot of the things that he's been going through in the past like 5 or 6 years are fond memories of my fucking youth, and I'm watching him go through it. Bro, it's a beautiful thing, bro, that I can still relate, that I can still understand, that I comprehend very much so, and that I recognize that that warrior spirit is just being wasted. It's nothing wrong with that warrior spirit. It's being wasted. And I'm a grown ass man with a fucking political mind, and I know that energy will be very much valuable in the idea of anybody playing a part in saving us from all the political shit that these grown motherfuckers are running around crying about. Mm, I don't know. I just put shit together different, man. And it's hard for that shit to come across on YouTube, especially when a motherfucker catch a snapshot of who you are and they think that they know you completely. I don't know. All I know is to keep on rocking with who the fuck it is that I am, and then not giving a fuck about what the fuck somebody thinks. Because I'm not gonna change or not be like that. To change or not be like I am would be me putting on the act. If I got out here and I didn't make uh and I didn't express to you that I find value in and some relevance to the idea of being kind of like a mob guy or a gangbanger in regards to the revolution. I see value in bringing that kind of energy into that idea because what is a revolution without the propensity to be defensively fucking violent and dangerous? There's no such thing. So, what it is that people are asking me to exclude from my movement makes the idea of a fight for freedom, justice, and liberty by any means, it makes it into let's beg the politicians to be nice, and if it don't work, then we'll just cry because there is no other remedy. That don't even sound right to me. It don't sound feasible. That's not what they should have been expecting when they got into office. That's not what my life is really expecting on my soul's journey. I thought I was supposed to be freer than this, and they fucking shit up, and we all know that they criminals, they pedos. It's a whole ring going on international. Ain't no telling how crazy it gets. It's probably crazier than what any of us have ever imagined. You would not want to be one of the kids involved in this shit, and we watched it with the Epstein thing to the Diddy thing and all this other shit. Everybody is aware enough of the deepest, darkest conspiracy theories that we all know that if 10% of this, what we think that we've discovered or have been passing information about through this social media, all it takes is 10% for us to know that we're in a world of fucking trouble, that things are fucking crazy, that whoever the bad guy is, they need to be identified and stopped at all costs. And I don't have to fucking slow down after that. I don't gotta stop and cut breaks for, oh, but it's a judge. Don't give a fuck if the bad guy is a judge. If he's got something to do with this shit, he should be handled. And I don't understand what's wrong with saying that. And I think that we should be saying exactly that. And I'm gonna say it with all of the fucking energy that's gonna be understood and respected and where I know where to draw from. I don't got military history, but I got fucking street history enough to know that I see niggas in the streets exhibiting the things that I think that will help us get the freedom and the justice. That is a lack of care for authority when you know they are wrong, and the willingness to smoke some shit or possibly get your ass smoked because you're gonna die anyway. Who gives a fuck, right? You see these young kids acting like that. Don't none of these grown up fucking patriots that claim to be riding and dying for the fucking great old Constitution and the great old American flag. Y'all don't got that energy. Because if DC say y'all some bitches and y'all gonna lay down, y'all gonna lay down for DC when they say some shit that you wouldn't let China say. You wouldn't let China act like this, but DC can act like this and get a pass. I call bullshit. And it needs to be said. And I don't give a fuck about what happened after that. I don't give a fuck about what happened to none of them about that shit. And I have a plan for a fucking revolutionary act that calls for no fucking violence on our part whatsoever. I should be saying this stuff. If I think I have a remedy that could fucking help, somebody's supposed to say something. To think you know what to do to fix a great fucking problem and then for you not to say something will be fucking retarded. I can't do that. I think I got a remedy. I should probably say and act however the fuck I want to. Peaceful non-compliance. We supposed to set up a motherfucking society right alongside of them while we fire them after making their job look obsolete when we stop listening to them. Not fighting them, but stop listening to them. When you move forward to do these things, they gonna fight your ass. That's why you gotta keep the gun to get ready. When they tap you on the shoulder and they get to talking all fucking tough and shit, then you go, no, don't fucking touch me, bro. Are you crazy? We wasn't touching y'all. We said fuck y'all and went that way. Don't fucking touch me, bro. Are you crazy? Are you want to do this right now? What are you willing to do now? And we said, fuck you. What do you want to do? You make a move. This is what you're supposed to say to them. It's a checkmate, bro. You protect gun rights with the gun. You tell them that if they want gun control, we're not going to debate something with them that we hope that they don't win, that they can possibly win inside of the fucking court of law, and then they want us to accept it without fighting. We're not going to play that game with you. Unconstitutional shit cannot be won in no court of law while you try to play it off like everything is golden and good to go because you won in a court of law. That don't justify nothing. Laws make it into the court of law when they're actually unconstitutional. And actually, as a matter of fact, U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242 states very clearly that if a law that should not made its way to law status becomes a law and then becomes reason why one or more cops conspire to do something that's actually in violation of your fucking rights, they're supposed to go to prison at the very least for doing that. Prison is the least of it. It gets dark for they ass. U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242 says this to look out for this. Because somebody was actually smart enough to know that they need to get ahead of it. To say, hey, man, by the way, they could get something in here that should have never made it here. And they can either get you guys to comply with it and not notice it, or they can force it illegally. Who knows what it will be? But just know that if something makes its way to law status that should not have been there, it's still not a law. It don't matter if it made it to the law status. That is of no protection for something that's actually unconstitutional order, statute, ordinance, or code coming from no government official. It cannot violate their constitution. This is your buffer. This is your protection against that happening. If they call it law, but it shouldn't have been a law, you can ignore that shit. You're supposed to ignore it. And if they try to arrest you, you're supposed to fight their ass. This is what they should say. And it's what makes moral sense. But people scared because they don't want to do that. People think if you resist the officer, you're wrong no matter what the fuck it is. Just go along with it and get your day in court. So what you're saying is, if I'm right, pretend to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he's right, so that I allow him to arrest me, so I can just argue later. You would only take that angle like that because you're scared of them. Because if you took a moral angle and said whatever's morally true is what it is, and I'm going to say and stand on, and I don't care what seems dangerous or controversial to the bad guys, I don't give a fuck. None of that's going to sway what it is that I'm saying or doing. Whatever's morally sound is what it is, and I'm going to say it, and that it is what it is. I'm going to do it. Anybody who gets in the way when it's morally sound is the bad guy. Period. These are protections inside of your own bullshit fucking constitution and government business to try to help y'all, and it still didn't work. Because here y'all is being bitches about that shit. It don't make no sense for the government that could go tyrannical to have any say so on if you could have the tools you would need to stop them from being tyrannical. It's not going to be up to them. It makes no sense to pass the ability to manage that to the people who will try to get over on you about it. Super simple, honest observation, completely destroys any attempt on any more gun control. It actually should make them peel back some of the gun control that they got on the books right now, because some of that shit is almost all of the gun laws are illegal. They're unconstitutional, period. It's supposed to be um, a non-factor in how they govern. They're not supposed to tell us anything about the guns, bro. They called an amendment, and then you said, okay, they go, got you. Come in here and debate. And then if we win a debate, you need to fucking not fight us about it. It's the only way they can get you to allow them to go tyrannical without you fighting them is if they can agree, if they can get you to agree to a debate and then not being a sore loser about the debate. If they can get you to agree to that, then they say, well, now we have something to talk about since you agree on those terms. But you should have told them, we have nothing to discuss with you in a court of law because we know what you could do there. We know that it could be tyrannical, unconstitutional. It might move with the color of law as if it must be legit because it made it to law status. We know that all those things are possible inside of that. And about this gun shit, we're not gonna play with you. We know what that could turn into, and to protect against that, we need to stop you right now before it's ever a problem. The best thing to do is to stop it before it's a problem, and that is telling them, like they should have told them a long time ago, we're not giving in to any more gun control. And if you want it, you have to mean it so much that you're willing to fight us. Then we will listen and discuss. Maybe even just have to get into it with y'all. But if you're not willing to fight, don't fucking talk to me. And you know what's crazy? Is that we actually need to tell them that, but they tell us that because they flip the script on us. They say, here's the gun control measures. These are the things that we were able to get in on the books some way, somehow, whether it's legit or not, we have convinced you that the election processes and you having these representatives in all of these different levels of government has led us to these conclusions. So, in multiple ways, from multiple angles, they believe you have pieced together consent for those things to be made. So, once it goes that far, whether you like it or not, they look at you like you're a sore loser, like you're crazy for being disappointed that they've come to this conclusion. They can get you to give up the ability to stop a tyrannical government if you agree to debate them and then don't be a sore loser when you lose that debate. If you would have told them that the only way that they can get your compliance about any gun control is that they fight you for it, they wouldn't be able to go tyrannical. And if they tried to, they would have to cut to the chase and just make it a fight up front because they wouldn't be able to lie to you to get you to take yourself out of the fight after they changed the amendment so that you say, okay, I guess I'll put the gun down. Y'all change the amendment. If they can get some of y'all to do that and put the gun down before they start kicking ass, they're going to try that first. Why would they knowingly just fight or everybody head up in an honest fight right from the jump? If they can get you to disarm yourself, everybody that's left is going to look crazy. The public will help the government subdue uh these outliers, the people out on the fringes is what they'll call them. And the whole time, the same thing that y'all praise every 4th of July would have gone under attack and then had lost at that point. And what's crazy, you can see little glimmer of this in any state that does anything less than Iowa in regards to gun laws. New York, California, Illinois, even Florida's kind of crazy. Florida be talking like they with the gun shit. They are, but only kinda. In Florida, you can still carry only. If you even print it even a little bit, people act like they have a fucking aneurysm if your gun is printing through your t-shirt or under your t-shirt just a little bit when you're out of public sometimes. If you do that, they freak out. Fucking stupid. And what I don't like about the concealed carry only is that when you do that, you begin to limit what it is that has to be respected as a legal order of business in the idea of a state of emergency or revolution. Just in the simple fact of somebody being out in public with an AR 15, which would be necessary in that endeavor to secure freedom and liberty for Americans in the case of a tyrannical government or a foreign invader. The AR 15 out in the fucking streets would just be necessary. Not that I would want that. I'm talking a hypothetical that you have to use your common sense to piece together your goddamn self. What the fuck else you think would ever happen if there was an invading fucking military on feet in this motherfucker? You know what's going to happen? People with AR-15s are going to have to answer the fucking call of duty to defend their fucking homeland. That's what would happen if an invading country came in this bitch and we all got these fucking guns out here. What's crazy is that if you give up gun rights, you would be silly to expect that you would get them back later. You think government's going to get you the gun rights back in time for you to stop them from being tyrannical if they take them and then try to go tyrannical? You're insane. Stop talking the gun control shit to me. It's fucking crazy. You can't get a guns up now, even if you think politically you're safe to do so. What if 4, 5, 8, 10 years somebody show up who you don't like, who's crazy? What if somebody shows up that no one likes? And then there's an event where this motherfucker has to take control due to other circumstances that wouldn't be foreseen by us, but would definitely be planned by they asses. Um, y'all got to look at all of the nightmare situations and say, we're not going to set ourselves up, even if we don't like the gun thing. Let's not do anything hasty. Let's see if we can get some kind of gun control to curb the violence without fucking ourselves over from being able to save ourselves from a tyrannical government or an invader later. Can you get both things? Can you tell the criminal to fuck off with his bullshit AR-15? And can you preserve my rights without fucking with me so that I can help your baby ass if something go crazy? How about we go for it all? Go for the glory, bro. Get all of the positivity and minimize the negativity as much as possible. Get it all. You know how you do that? First of all, you use your fucking brain. I'm the only one fucking thinking. Fuck all you gun haters out there. You use your brain. You up the punishment for crimes committed with an AR-15. That way, a person has to classify himself as a criminal by his own fucking actions in order for you to say, now we're going to fuck your fucking life up because you had an AR-15. Fuck him up for that. If somebody robs somebody or assaults anybody at all with an AR-15 and you don't like that AR-15, punish them harder than what you think you would have last year. Up the punishment. Go crazy on him. He already fucking qualified himself for being a criminal. I don't give a fuck about him. Do to him whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm not him. I'm not worried about being called no fucking criminal with my AR because I'm not going to assault or hurt anybody with my shit. I have no worries or expectations at all that the law will ever be justified in saying a goddamn fucking thing to me. So I don't got no fucking energy or no care to be sparing no fucking criminals. He commit a crime with an AR-15, fuck his life up. Double or triple whatever punishment y'all got on the books right now and do that to whoever go crazy with the AR-15. But everybody else who say, I ain't never do no with no AR-15, you need to be trying not to fuck with them. That's how you do it. It's the only moral way to do this shit. And any politician who want to talk that gun control shit because they scared about the violence that can be caused with AR-15 and they're not thinking of doubling or tripling the fucking punishment for crimes committed with them, then they're not smart or is smart. And they really reach for gun control while they hide behind this other fucking fake ass fucking fear that they feigning about what the fuck is going on with the AR-15. If that's a ploy for them to get to something else, expose their ass, bro. Call them out. But I don't think the way we've been handling this, loosely handling this shit, motherfuckers be halfway politically involved and educated about some things, and they got all these fucking bullshit ass, strong ass emotions towards me because I fucking like rap shit and I'm 44. I don't give a fuck. I'm a rapper myself. I'll rap circles around a lot of these young niggas. I'm actually fucking good. And it sounds violent. And I like that shit. And I don't gotta like it that you don't fucking like it. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. Military personnel be proud as fuck about the shit that they did or what they doing or what they capable of doing. Motherfuckers be proud as fuck. You think some fucking Marine gonna sit there and let you talk down on him? He can fucking talk to you all day about how hard he trained, how much of a killer he might be, and bodies that he might actually have. I ain't got no bodies, bro. I'm just trying to make myself hard to bully, and that's fair as fuck. Motherfuckers need to calm the fuck down. I can act however the fuck I want to act. I don't gotta act the way you would act. A fucking biker that might feel the same way that I do is not going to play it out in his life in the same way. He's going to do a whole bunch of funny shit I wouldn't do. He's going to express it in a certain way that I wouldn't do. He's going to have a certain kind of flair or bounce in his fucking step about the fucking shit. He's going to choose a different gun and all type of shit, bro. And he might feel kind of like what I feel. And that's where the truth is at. Whatever the fuck, whatever is true that fucking makes sense, that's going to resonate with you, void of you judging me by how I look and the style that I'm bringing, that's where the truth is. So take that and run along. Little doggy, get the fuck out of here. Take it and go. Because I don't gotta like you and you don't gotta like me. But did I lie though? Motherfucker, did I lie about the government? Did I lie about that gun shit? Did I lie about what it's gonna fucking take? You think a government like this that it got this motherfucker far? Listen, these motherfuckers smoke Kennedy. Somebody smoked Kennedy and left that shit in a state of obscurity. We still can't figure it out. That's weird, right? Who could do that knowing that they would get away with it? Whoever did it knew that they was gonna get away with it. Because it actually worked too that they got away with it. So all the things that they did to leave it in this state of obscurity in the way that they did exhibits power, influence, um, the control of the information is the only way you can do. Whoever did this is some powerful people. They can move some powerful pieces around. The influence is deeper than what people really give it credit for because nobody stops to say, how was y'all able to get away with this for so fucking long and not get caught? It lends itself to the idea that the government was involved for goddamn sure, but it's deeper than that. Government who, right? Government why, right? Government where are they now, right? You think motherfuckers that smoke Kennedy could 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 do some shit like that to gain political influence and then they go away like they don't need the power no more? They pass it off to something else or somebody else to fucking take the reins. The power, the dark energy that killed Kennedy is still here, probably influencing politics and gaining control of this shit. You just don't really see them much now because they done smoked enough people. They ain't got to smoke nobody else now. They got enough money and enough fear backing up what it is that they have done that they don't even got to do that to people nowadays. Motherfuckers just play ball, right? Don't that don't scare you? That politics could be being controlled by that same dark hand, playing it off a little better, a little smoother, so they don't got to come out into the open and fucking whack somebody for fucking it up. Come on, man. RPM Trade Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a fucking gun like today with your sweetheart and then don't hurt nobody but the bad guy. That's fair, right? It's always fair. Fuck